We do know that Sir Vivian Richards is one of the brand ambassadors of the Lanka Premier League. It's time to listen to his message.
Let me first of all say greetings to Sri Lanka, and let me wish the teams, who are involved in the final with the Lanka League all the very best. Sorry I could not have been with you this time out, but if it's God's will in the future, for sure. All the very best.
And great to have a message from one of the brand ambassadors, Sir Isaac, Vivian, Alexander Richards, one of the greats of the game. And also, let's not forget, we also have Wasim Akram and our very own Sananjaya Surya, the other two brand ambassadors. Yes, it's going to be a big game. Can Jaffna make it 3 in a row, or can Colombo upset their plans? I got Mickey Arthur and Faviz Maharouf. Very good evening to you, gentlemen. Let us first hear your thoughts. Well, I heard you saying Colombo Stars. So are you sticking to that, or have you already had a change of heart?
Good evening, Rosh. Good evening, Faviz. Good evening, everybody out there. No, I just think that they found some form. I think they found form at the right time. I think they look a confident outfit all of a sudden, and it's amazing how you just need one performance and everything clicks. You get some confidence and guys start playing above themselves. Angela Matthews has led this team superbly. We've seen Rajita and Lakmal excellent up front. So I just think they've got all the ingredients. The one thing, Charat Lanka, by the way, has played outstanding. The one thing that I guess is they've won chasing. So they're going to have to set tonight, and let's see if that upsets their rhythm in any way.
Good evening, Roshan. Good evening, Mickey. Good evening, all viewers. Exactly what you said, Mickey, from me as well. Dinesh Chandimal playing his 11th game in decent form, one half century, but has made important contribution. And young Nishan Madhushka has got a brilliant opportunity in place of Niroshan Dikwala to showcase his talent and ability. Has had a decent first class tournament as well, just at 23 years of age. Can definitely improve on those numbers, but someone for the future for sure. Skipper Tisera Perra takes a new ball as usual. Important with the new ball. Did bowl really well against the Colombo Stars last time these two teams play. Can he get some movement? We are in.
Right, the countdown is on. And we're ready for the ultimate challenge of the Mazaplay.net Lanka Premier League. Here's the first ball, slip in. Tisera Pereira to Nishan Madhushka Fernando. And straight away pitched up, just getting into line and just pushing it. Not hitting it firmly, but just pushing it to mid-off.
A gentle pace to start with, 126 by Tisera Pereira. It's good when there's some movement, especially some seam. And this man on screen, a great opportunity to showcase his talent and ability.
It's lovely to have the crowd back. It's really good. He's off the mark. I strongly believe that Nishan Madhushka Fernando's game should be very similar. He should try and work on the lines the way Pathum Nisanka bats, rather than really looking to blast the bowling. Maybe 110 strike rate, but just keep rotating the strike.
Yeah, and he'll be far better for the experience of the last couple of games. You can see he was nervous in game one. Certainly seems to have settled now. I just want to harp on to Sara Pereira bowling the first over. Generally, in a 2020 game, you say over one is probably one of the easier overs to bowl. And with Sara Pereira's bowling attack at his disposal with 3 spinners, he's had to bowl it, but he's picked up wickets. As that one comes back into Dinesh Chandimal, just pushes it out into the leg side. Just to finish on that point, he's actually struck. And if you strike, you just set that momentum up. So he's done a damn fine job with this first over.
I'll tell you what, the last time these two played in the same venue, similar delivery, got Dinesh Chandimal out, coming back in. Probably Dinesh Chandimal is ready for it. These are the captains in LPL 2022. Tisera Pereira, as you said, picked up wickets, regular intervals. He's been brilliant as a captain, as a player.
Oh, the bounce. I think that's gone. That took the edge. They're very confident. There was an edge, I think. Well, he walked away to square leg. He's just thinking. I think there was a nick. There was bounce for sure. Isan Madushka gave it away with his body language.
TV umpire, the director, player review for go behind. On-field decision is not out. Give me the front foot, please. Fair delivery, go to front on spin mission, please. Front on coming up, ball close to the bat. I need to check ultra edge on this, please. Lean for ultra edge coming up. Roll it forward, roll it forward, roll it forward. Yeah. There's a spike when the ball next to the bat. Can I have the on-field umpire, please? When you need to reverse your original decision, not out to out, you're on.
Well. That was a nasty delivery, I must say. It bounced on the batter, found the outside edge. Certainly surprised him. Out for one. That's out for Colombo. They're 2 for 1.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphenes don't paint.
Lifeboy itarum lokka. Velana pale aduma mila. Rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක. Unlimited blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
බඩගින් මායම් බිඳින්න. Witsbury Black Magic.
Lifeboy itarum lokka. Velana pale aduma mila. Rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Tisara Pereira has been brilliant at the top. He's bowled 8 times. This is the 9th. He's got 2 wickets. Great economy rate. Asalanka on strike. Straight away on the money. Just going full and just outside the off stump.
And right throughout this LPL, the Premdasa pitch have been giving so much bounce for the fast bowlers, and this is no different. Look at where Sadira Samarekrama collects it. Beautiful length, beautiful line, some movement. Easy catch in the end. As soon as he nicked it, he knew it. He was wanting to walk, not wanting to walk. He was in 2 minds. But in the end, that was a top-notch delivery. Just like that. This time, keeping it low. Sadira Samarekrama stops it with his knee. 1 gone, 2 for 1.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Brand Week. A week for professionals.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphenes don't paint.
Dara's මුල්කයට එකතු වෙන්න. ඔබට සැරිසන. සිත් තෝරන්න. ඔබේ Dara's සොයාගන්න.
Lifeboy itarum lokka. Velana pale aduma mila. Rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Jaffna, like a Jaffna Kings after they won the toss. Binura Fernando. He's been managed by the Laika Jaffna Kings. 11 wickets in 5 games. Has been really pushed in right into all the games, but instead they have very carefully managed his workload. Lanka Premier League has reached his final day with the final game between the Colombo Stars and the Laika Jaffna Kings. People coming in. It's a good crowd, I can tell you. It's the best crowd. So far, the league has had quite a few of them coming into the ground. That's very encouraging. Coming in their numbers. Oh, swing back into Chandimal straight away. Full and into the right-hander.
very good start there, Benura Fernando. He's got the seam exactly right, and that ball swings back into Dinesh Chandimal. We've spoken a little bit about Tesoro Pereira, and we spoke about the first over in a 2020 innings. He again has struck, which has put Colombo on the back foot. This now, for me, is the partnership of the innings. If these two can set it up, Colombo will get a decent score.
Punched. That ball going across the right hander. The previous one swung back. That was full as well.
The length was quite shorter than the first delivery. Probably about 6 to 8. That's where Benura Fernando with the new ball. Got to pitch it up with Dinesh Chandimal. How many times we've seen left arm trapping Dinesh Chandimal? And also Tesoro Pereira would be tempted to get Mahesh Deekshana in, but he's not doing it since there's some movement and bounce with the new ball. That's where very impressive Tesoro Pereira's tactics have been also.
He's just probing around that off stump, and he's settling into the nice space around that high 120s to the low 130s. Take a look at his pitch map.
Naturally, with his height, the length got to be back of the length or the hard that you may say it, but with the new ball, he's putting an extra effort to pitch it up and swing it. That's where he's been really impressive right throughout. And just playing his 5th game, already 11 wickets, just goes to show he has hit the purple patch.
Again, well bowled, very well bowled, I'll tell you. There was movement, good stop. Just look at the movement back into the right-hander.
There we go, he's gone short. He's been able to mix up his lengths a lot. Short, pace off, and then when the ball swung, he's got it fuller. So he's used his short ball very, very effectively. Got it in different areas, followed the batsman, and also taken pace off. He's a very much improved bowler.
Not sure you with the big stuff, not the short ball deliveries are most for the tail enders and the middle order batsmen. The hardly any top order batsmen. That's where I think this man, when it comes to planning it out, which ball to bowl to which bowler, beg your pardon, which batsman, in which areas, he has mastered it. Third man coming up, and the cover point dropping back to Charita Salanka.
Well, it's been a good start by the Laika Jaffna King bowlers. They've been on the money. You spoke about this partnership, Mickey. Asalanka was brilliant yesterday. He really batted out of his skin.
He did. The thing that really impressed me was his weight transfer through the ball. He got some really big power out of that. His feet movement were outstanding as well. We see down the wicket there. We saw him get deep in his crease, use his pull shot effectively. It was a very impressive showing last night.
Again, you could see that line. There was a bit of bounce as well. 3 for 1, 2 overs gone.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Loka. ඔබ කැමතිම app නමයට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
Christmas Colombo 2022.
දෙසැම්බර් 20 වෙනිදා සිට 28 වෙනි දින දක්වා සවස 4 සිට අලුයම 2 දක්වා නෙළුම් කුළුණ පරිශ්‍රයේදී.
Cheese රසට යාළුව සෙට් එක ස්මයිලි බෙදනවා. Cheese buttons රස දැනුනම කොයි කවුරුත් මට පෙනවා. මංචි රස බලකායේ cheese buttons දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Lanka Premier League watched across. Oh, Chandimal gets it. I think it's gone over. That's the first real attacking, aggressive shot by the Colombo Stars batters, and Dinesh Chandimal getting a 6.
And that's how you get a bowler from the length where batsmen are uncomfortable. The length was there, gave him some little room to extend his arm, and that went a long way. 70 meters a boundary, and we went probably a couple more, and this will be under pressure. Tisara.
That's a very good comeback. What would have been had that hit? But Pereira, different length to Dinesh Chandimal. Previous one slightly towards midland leg. This one outside the off stump.
Tesoro went to his best ball there. His best ball's going to hit the top of off stump. Immediately we saw there with Dinesh Chandimal, we spoke about his stance the other night. He's a lot more open That's allowed him to open his hips. It's allowed him to access the leg side a lot more, which we've seen with that shot. He executed that really well. And one big hit, one big shot, and the slip's gone. Slip is out to mid-wicket on the ring. So that one big shot has affected a massive field change. It's beautiful to see this crowd coming in. It really is. They're streaming in at the moment. It's fantastic.
This is also a very good battle. Wants to swing it away on the onside. They'll get a single. See, what Chandimal has done well is anything offline, the slightest opportunity, he looks to pounce. Any opportunity. Even the six was slightly fuller. He was looking to go over mid-wicket and he got it. That last shot, he was looking to slam it away on the onside. So that appears to be his plan.
Right throughout this tournament, he's been setting himself up to play that, probably the cover corner hit towards mid-wicket. And if it's not there, his shot, he has gone straight down the ground with a flat bat. I think that's where the teams would have done their homework, not to give him the chance of fixing his arms, probably cramp it like the last time. Slip comes in place for Charita Salanka. Mid-wicket opens up. Will Charita Salanka be aggressive against Tisar Perra?
Oh, 6. That's a massive hit. They're going to take him on. It was first Chandimal and now Asalanka.
I have to say, co-commentator Faviz Maroof predicted that exact shot. I love his execution. Weight through the ball. He packs a punch for a little man and he hits the ball very, very hard. But his balance needs to be spot on. And his execution of that was really, really good.
Let me tell you why I said that. 4 deliveries without scoring, he's been itching. And Tisar Perra hitting that good length where Charita Salanka loves it to go through that cover corner, and he did it, and massive 6.
Oh, squared him up a bit. Just a bit of extra bounce on that occasion. Pereira has always come back immediately after a big hit, the way he bowled to Chandimal, and now just squaring him up a little bit with a bit of extra bounce.
Yeah, he has. He's bowled exceptionally well to Sara Ferreira. He seems to have found a little bit of extra pace. He's getting through the crease. I'm loving, Fabius, you'll know a little bit more than me on this. His acceleration into the crease is very good, which allows him to get through his action.
Very good over. They get a single off the last ball. They have scored 15 off that over, 18 for 1.
ජීවිතේම ජර්නි එකක් ගෑව පාට පාට. හැබැයි මම තමයි මගේ ලයිෆ් එකේ නැවිගේටර්. ෆ්‍රී එකේම පාවෙනකොට life is like magic. Apple වගේ simple නේ ජීවිතේට logic. හෙළදීප් ice day. ඕන වෙලාවක set වෙන drink එක.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Bread Week. A week for professionals.
සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක. Unlimited blaster.
මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
It's Mazaplay.net Lanka Premier League, presented by SkyExchange.net, and quite a few sponsors, and good to see Sri Lankan sponsors too in the mix. It's always good to have local brands, local sponsors joining in this local league. Pinro Fernando. Pace off the ball.
For that delivery, for Dinesh Chandimal, that's ricocheted off the stumps. That's unlucky. In one end, you can say it's unnecessary, but in the end, the cover point fielder throwing at the stumps and ricochets for the boundary, you have to call it it's unlucky. I just want to make a point, the field as well. Take a look at Dinesh Chandimal. Made it look oozy in the end, but yeah, you feel it. You feel it.
The other point I want to make there is if you watch little Charith Asalanka, he was run out last night. There's no ways he's getting run out again tonight. He was diving from about halfway down the wicket.
Pinro's reaction was class. He just closed his face in disgust because bowlers, I mean, they run misers. They just don't want to see runs being scored of them, and especially when there are gifts. That just deflected off the stumps, and there wasn't a chance for a fielder to stop it. But 5 of the first. Now it's a packed field on the offside, point on the boundary. It's a very wide slip, a fourth slip. Deep square leg as well. Slashes it and very safely over extra cover. Indicates to you that Sri Lanka had time to play that shot. He was meant to go there, but he hit it over extra cover.
When you have 6 fielders in the offside, fast ball has to bowl way outside the off stump. And he does plenty of width and the length. And Charita Sri Lanka, we've seen many times, you give him width and he's going to murder you. I think Mr. Perra got to rethink about this tactic.
I just love seeing his power through the ball. That weight going through the ball, the way he's transferring his weight is something to watch. For all you young boys out there, you want to be watching that because that is perfect batsmanship.
Well, distinguished guests, the President of Sri Lanka Cricket, then Mr. Anil Mohan, Mr. Shami Silva, that is, Mr. Anil Mohan. And we also see the CEO of Derana, Chairman of Derana, Mr. Dilip Jayavira. We do have Mr. Samantha Durangwala. We have Mr. Madhava, who is the CEO of Derana. Samantha Durangwala, of course, is the tournament director. Very, very distinguished indeed. Guests watching the game.
After that boundary, lots of movement in the field, big discussion among the senior players, and finally a fielder comes to mid-wicket, that's Mahesh Tikshana, and there's a conventional third man at the moment.
Again, pace of the ball, pace of the ball. Fernando just needed that dot ball. It was hit for a 5. That was off an overthrow. Then the boundary needed to come back strongly.
The thing that interests me a lot is I felt the ball before they had their field right. He just executed poorly, Benura. But the field was right. He goes hit for a boundary. Suddenly the whole field changes again, and he changes his plan and his lines. It wasn't the plan, Benura. It was the execution in ball 1.
Top edge. Should go all the way for 4, I think. Yes, it does. He meant it to try and hit it, I think, with the horizontal bat more towards the leg side. But then extra bit of bounce, maybe a bit pace of the pitch.
I think the length bit shorter, and Charita Sri Lanka wanted to go horizontal towards leg side, whereas it would have been much better if he had gone through the offside. There was ideal delivery to play a cut shot. That's what happens when you're in that mood of wanting a boundary every delivery. You just want to have a swing. That one on screen. I just can't believe it is over. But he's been brilliant right throughout this LPL for Jaffna Kings, but just not having the good time that he had before.
Still 2 balls to go in the over. Just working the angle. They'll run 2 here, I think. Happy with 1.
We spoke about this partnership earlier, and again, this is the key. This will allow and set the foundation up for the likes of Bapara, Matthews, down the order. Benny Howell can give it a whack as well. So this will set it up. You don't want to expose those batsmen too early, because then they've got to play out of their roles. So this partnership, again, I want to just emphasize as to how crucial it is.
Runs of almost, in fact, of 5 deliveries of the over. 15 runs of the over, 33 for 1.
It might be a getaway from the routines of every day, or even a grand story of empowerment. You see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
More love, more fun. Ritsbury Chocomo.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
අම්මයි තාත්තයි විතරක් නෙවෙයි. දැන් අපේ සීයත් ගෙවන්න හෙළකුරුවලින් ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වෙන් රටම සවිපල ගන්නන අපේම හෙළකුරු.
Overs in the Colombo Stars innings, both of Thisara Pereira and Binura Fernando. And now it's time for a change. We're going to see Mahesh Tikshana coming on. He's generally a go-to man when it comes to Sri Lanka or his franchise. during the power plays, likes the newish ball. Good economy. His 8th game under 6.5, best of 3 for 20.
I'll be keeping a close eye on Majestic if he can get any swing. 5th over, and then ball, gun barrel straight. Beautiful shot by Dinesh Chandimal. That was a picture perfect cover drive. Mickey Arthur, talk to us about it.
That shot of the day so far for me. Weight through the ball, precise foot movement. He summed it up. No swing, and he's just hit through the line. That's a beautiful, beautiful shot for Dinesh Chandimal. We talk about a lot we talk about matchups. Tikshana to Asalanka for me is one of the key matchups of this innings.
Straight to the man at square leg. The previous boundary, I thought that, considering that he did get swing earlier on, I thought that he was going for that swinging delivery. That was the length that could have swung back, possibly struck the pad. But instead, Chandimal found it straight. So the drive became easy. The length was right for the drive. Hoping for a little bit of inward movement.
That's better by Majestic. Pulling the length back and ball into his field. Deep mid-wicket, long on, short square leg, short fine leg. Try and get the attacking batsman off the strike. This was the boundary. What a beautiful shot. In the last moment, just opening the blade to get that gap between extra cover and mid-off. And that's class and experience by Dinesh Chandimal.
That is certainly class and experience from Chandimal. The one thing, when you open the blade, you just slide your wrists through the ball, which creates a little bit of extra power as well. And we saw that ball race off.
Now Chandimal and Charith Asalanka has been quite productive for the Colombo Stars. They've averaged 78 batting together. They've already had 3 50+ scores or partnerships in the Mazhab Play Lanka Premier League. Colombo Stars would love another one. Just probing there, just bowling outside the off stump.
They're trying to get the foundation right. In start-up, Dinesh Chandimal, Charith Asalanka right throughout this LPL. Ever since Dinesh Chandimal started opening, has hit a purple patch. I think that's where Colombo Stars have done well to promote him at top of the batting order. And these two have been batting well right through. As I said, if Colombo to get a formidable score, these two have to go and get a big one.
A bit of turn and a bit of bounce. 40 for 1. 5 overs completed.
Lifeboy itarum lokka velana pale aduma mila rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
Lifeboy itarum lokka velana pale aduma mila rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව
සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක unlimited blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
Has yielded lots of runs in this LPL and once again featuring in a very threatening partnership. Now what I like about these two in this game, Chandimal is playing with conservative approach and the aggressor Asalanka batting with a plan.
I've liked his approach as well, and I've said all the way through this LPL, plays so much better when he plays cricketing strokes. Doesn't try and force the ball. Yes, of course, you've got to try and play those big shots, but we've seen a couple from him today. At the correct ball, it's when he tries to force it that he gets into trouble. Closes the face of the bat on the ball.
Just look at his hands, the way he holds that bat. When he gets tense, when the pressure's on, those hands are tight around the bat. But when he's relaxed, he just times it, he lets it come on. And you're able to access the ball and just caress it wherever you want it to go.
Talk about economy of footwork. Just hopped, got on top of the bounce, and he knew where the ball should go, away from the fielder. Yet another boundary.
Looks a good pitch. Wonderful crowd in for the final. Colombo in their first. Jaffna, of course, in their third. No, that's it. That's it. So good, so good. Outfield quick. Superb from Chandimal.
How nice is this? It's not that bad a ball. It's just the timing. It's the presence of mind, knowing that the man is square on the leg side. If I get it past the right of mid-wicket, I've got a good chance of getting a boundary.
Now, what I liked about that stroke, the consummate ease, not a lot of fuss. A change of pace. 54 for 2 was the highest total was scored against Jaffna Kings, and that too, the Kandy team did that in Palakkale. And for a change, after a long time, these opening bowlers being challenged by the Colombo Stars, batting beautifully.
More work in the deep. Jaffna Kings. And be thankful that it's Gurbaz out there. He's quick. 48, the partnership after the loss of that early wicket. Now the difference in the Colombo team is their batting. Batters trust each other a lot more. The bottom order, the middle order has fired, absorbing pressure, and hence the trust is there. So you bat freely. You're not worried about wickets. This time Gurbaz will have no chance. The 50 is on the board, and so is the partnership, 52.
If you bat with that conservative approach, even in T20 format, and you rely on the mistakes of a bowler, you can gain a lot. And that's what Chandimal is doing. Just heading the ball into the gaps and gathering important runs for his side in this final.
No, he's barely played a shot in anger in this over, and he's got 14 runs on the board. Still one ball to go.
Yep, so that will be the worst power play in terms of, or rather from Jaffna's point of view. 55 for 1 after 6.
Maggi Papare spicy chicken flavor noodles. Spicy venasata set venna.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
ඔක්තෝබර් 30ක දක්වා රුපියල් බිලියනයක් වටිනා loyalty data GB මිලියන 20ක් නොමිලේ. SLT Mobitel එකම එක සබැඳියාව. Party life එක break up කරගෙන salsa නටනවා. ඕනේ වෙලාවක salsa රසට කට්ටියරොත් වෙනවා. මංචි රස බලකායේ salsa biscuits දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
Asalanka, Chandimal. They've got through the power play and they are on top. There you go, the signal for the end of the power play. Vijaykanth Vyaskanth, the star for the Jaffna Kings in his third season. Couple of games in the first, a few in the second, because Hasaranga was also in the team. And with Hasaranga moving on, he's become the main bowler. And the games have changed. Many games have changed once he's come into the attack.
Well, he needs to do that. He has to pick up wickets to get control of this game to the captain. At the moment, the control is with the batters. In no time, Chandimal has moved to 36 from 21 deliveries. This is good.
I'll tell you what, Tisara Pereira is also taking his time. I'm just glancing at the clock. It's 57 minutes to get through 14 overs. It's going to be tight. If you're wondering, 8-1 is the present time, 8:58 at the moment is the time that the 20th over needs to start by. Bit of grip. It's a new pitch, the first time they're playing on this one. Just felt it a little rough and was wondering whether it could grip as the day goes on.
And a reminder for Colombo Stars batters in Jaffna Kings lineup, they've got 4 spinning options.
There you go on the stump mic, Sadira Samarawickrama saying that turned a bit.
Yeah, turn will help. Turn will certainly help. They'll want the ball to grip and misbehave as much as possible, especially after the start that Colombo's got. Going well above 8 early on, wickets in hand. This is that most crucial stage of the innings. If they can get through here, maintaining a decent run rate and keeping wickets in hand, then they can explode in the last 5.
That's beaten him, but doesn't beat Binro Fernando. Oh dear. He did really well to get down, and that's always the case when we see Binro Fernando dive. Does he get up?
Casualty already. I think he has done his back.
It's not a good sign for the Jaffna Kings. I think the opportunity will be taken. They will be taking the timeout right now.
Whether it's the last slice of pizza you've been eyeing, or the cheer and warmth of a job well done, you see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
ලයිෆ්බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop ලොක්කා. ඔබ කැමතිම app 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
ගැමෙන් බැස්සම ග්‍රවුන්ඩ් එකට නෑ වෙන දෙයකට ඉඩ මයින්ඩ් එකේ. ක්‍රවුඩ් එකක් වෙන කොහින්ද චියර් එක ඇහෙනවා වගේ ක්‍රවුඩ් එකේ. දිනලා මිසක් නවතින්නේ නැහැ ලෝකෙම ඒ තමයි ගෝල් එක ලයිෆ් එකේ. හෙලදිව් අයිස් තේ ඕනේ වෙලාවක සෙට් වෙන ඩ්‍රින්ක් එක.
Christmas Colombo 2022.
දෙසැම්බර් 20 වෙනිදා සිට 28 වෙනි දින දක්වා සවස 4 සිට අලුයම 2 දක්වා නෙළුම් කුළුණ පරිශ්‍රයේදී
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න. අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
Sri Lanka is known for its spices, so I decided to add some spice in my life by tasting it at the Ceylon Curry Club. The Christmas tree behind me is made with spices. Interesting, isn't it? I really enjoyed the Sri Lankan food here, and I'm definitely coming back here again. I'm sure it looked mouth-watering to you as well, and you don't want to miss it. So what are you waiting for? Come, visit Sri Lanka.
Well placed, the Colombo Stars. They were asked to bat first. Binro Fernando is leaving the park. He's such an important bowler for the Jaffna Kings. Now this is what happened. Vyas Khan beats Asalanka. Binro Fernando out for the count. ...55-run partnership. This is the 4th time these two have put on half-century partnerships this season.
Yeah, they've been good with the bat. If anything, even more disappointing that they haven't gone on to get a couple of 100 partnerships.
Yeah, these two have gathered more than 330 runs together. And that's the challenge for Jaffna Kings captain Derana, to break this partnership, make the right changes.
Which he's been good at in the whole of the season. He's been outstanding. How he's changed around the bowlers, how he's made match-changing decisions on field. We certainly need that today, even more so now.
Let's place that nicely. Shoaib Malik sprints around the boundary, keeps it to 2. It's been a good power play for the Colombo Stars.
Yeah, although an early wicket was picked up by that man Chandimal, and Asalanka got into the act, decided they're going to hang about. They're going to go after the bowlers in order to collect some quick runs. Well, this is good batting, forcing the bowler to bowl quicker and shorter. 61 for 1 after 7.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water-repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Badagin Maya Bidilla. Ritzbury Black Magic.
ලයිෆ්බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
සැබවින්ම අන්ලිමිටඩ් ප්ලෑන් එක අන්ලිමිටඩ් ලාස්ටර් මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
Very big overs for the Colombo Stars. Now they're given the Jaffna Kings, the defending champions, a lot to think of here. We're talking about decision making and how good they've been. When it comes to a final, when you know that everything depends on this game, it's a little different, isn't it? Holding your nerve. Ski. Dunit Wellalage. Spin from both ends.
Yeah, at times, two balls start to fight in your head. They make you vacillate for a little while, and at times it becomes too late. I think I wouldn't mind seeing Shoaib Malik used as a bowler. At times, in a difficult situation, captains, they need to go on a punt. And he's been bowling well. He has picked up wickets.
Sponsors, energy partner Shakti. And the snacks we love, Manchi Kome. Wellalage slow through the air. This operator also must be feeling that there's a chance that it'll grip. That's what will suit Wellalage's style of bowling.
I like what the left arm spinner is looking to do. He's flighting the ball. And instead of having deep point, he has that fielder slightly towards extra cover. He's asking Chandimal to go for his favorite shot over extra cover.
There was a little bit of width in that delivery. It wasn't all that short, but there's time to react. He was able to quickly get on the back foot rather than lunge onto the front foot. The changes good players will make.
A dangerous little period this for the batting side. And I'd just like to encourage the two at the crease to continue as they are. 4 overs in this over, 4 runs, beg your pardon, so far in this over, a couple of balls to go. You're allowed to have these overs. You're allowed to have overs where you don't have boundaries, you don't get too many runs. Don't lose it and get out, because a new man comes in. Bit of turn that we've seen, it makes it very difficult for him to keep the run rate up where it was.
Yeah, a bit of intelligence is required. I know where you're coming from. We have seen batters struggling after the power play, losing momentum, but actually over-trying things. And to be able to get to pole position, or should I say, lotus tower position, because we are in Colombo. These two, they need to eke out more.
Nicely bowled, 5 runs off that. 8 bowled, 66 for 1.
Maggie Papare spicy chicken flavor noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
Dara's මොකයට එකතු වෙන්න. ඔබට සැරිසර. සිත් තෝරන්න. ඔබේ Dara's සොයාගන්න.
ලයිෆ්බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop ලොක්කා. ඔබ කැමතිම ඇප් 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water-repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
6 bowlers used. Shoaib Malik is another option. Dhananjay De Silva on the field at the moment, but he's a substitute for Binro Fernando.
He's not comfortable bowling to the left-hander. He's shy of giving the air to the ball. He's looking to dart the ball in. We ask Kant. And somebody has to have a word with him, especially the captain. Ask him to flight the ball. We need a wicket here.
Just to ask you a question, Amir, on what you just said. Yes, getting a wicket is the best way to go. But judging the conditions, do you think Thisara Pereira has now gone into damage control mode? He's got a number in his mind. Make sure they don't run away with it, because these two bowlers just seem to be bowling it and forcing the batter to hit to their field. A single each ball and maybe sneak in a dot. They don't let them run away with it. Just gives me the impression that's the mode they're in.
I think you have to give credit to the batters. Whatever is happening out there, they have come very well prepared. Tino brought a very good point that batters have struggled after power plays.
He's hit that well. Gurbaz quick again, just the one. That's what you need, supporting the field.
And these two batters are not prepared to give a sniff of a chance to the opposition to come back. And did he feel the jarring after hitting the ground so hard? Gurbaz
has been a busybody on the boundary edge. Anamula Gurbaz. Yeah, no, he's just done that elbow. Some bit of jarring, I think. How he threw that ball, probably not the best technique. But yeah, he's struggling. And we hope that this is nothing too serious and he can come out and hold the bat.
It's an art that he's not used to, is it? He's a wicket keeper. But his speed around the park, his judgment, it's all been brilliant. So throwing the ball probably is not one of his strengths. In fact, the Dara's Innovative Player of the Tournament. It's an award that we've been talking about right throughout the season. US dollars 2,000 at the end of the tournament. That will be today for the winner. And I'm pretty sure Ramnullah Gurbaz will feature on that. Here are a few contenders. Penny Howell, Colombo Stars, Cumming the Mendis, Candy Falcons, Nuan Tushar and Nuanidu Fernando of the Gaul Gladiators feature on that list. He's off the park now, Ramnullah Gurbaz. That's 2 players out already. Familiar faces in the crowd. Sanat Jayasuriya, yesterday he was in the dugout with the Candy Falcons. Ambassador as well for the Lankan Premier League.
What's happening to the Jaffna Kings? Are they sweating under pressure?
Yeah, probably just trying a little bit too hard. I mean, Vinara, that was a fantastic effort.
Sites around Sri Lanka, Independence Square. Historic site. You go down the years of Sri Lanka and what happened. Let's hit that hard. Oh dear. He's got 4 of them. Afif Hussain thought he could cut it off, but it just kept going and going.
Pressure is ramping up and the youngster faltering. He's confused. He's not sure what to do in this situation, how to go about the job. He is lending them short. Yes, it was a googly. but it was too short for the batsman to deal with it. Was comfort food.
Yeah, it's a pity because up until that ball, you'd just gone for 4 singles in the over. And that's the importance of this period that we're talking about. Just knock those singles around, get a boundary when you can.
Finishes off with a dot. That's the end of the 9th. 74 for 1.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න. අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
මූඩ් එක පොසිටිව් දවසම ෆන් බරයි. ලිමිට් නැති ෆ්‍රෙන්ඩ්ස් නැති ලෝකෙම සුන්දරයි. ලයිෆ් එකත් ලෙමන් වගේ ස්වීට් සවර් මික්ස්. එක්සයිට්මන්ට් එකක් වයින්ද ගතේ නැතොත් රිස්ක්. අපි හෙන්නම ලකි. ඕන දෙකට වෙන ෆික්ස්. හෙලදිව් අයිස්ටේ. ඕන වෙලාවක සෙට් වෙන ඩ්‍රින්ක් එක.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Locker. ඔබ කැමතිම ඇප් 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
For 1, Colombo Stars. They got the foundation right. Now it's about finishing the job in getting a good score on the board. We talk about the ball spinning. Look at that. One bounce. Generally the second one that it happens. There she goes. That's where it got away from Afif Hussain.
You know why it happens generally on the second bounce?
I know it happens, but I really don't know why though.
It's not the sand wedge, that's a no.
I've seen some of the outfields where they cut in one direction and they have like a chessboard or a checkers board design on the field, and when the grass is going one direction, the ball goes that way, gets onto the next patch, goes the other.
Just because the spin is imparted on the ball. Doesn't happen when you hit a ball against a fast bowler, only happens when a spinner is bowling.
But on the second bounce though, that's the tricky part.
And for that we have to take physics classes, man. We'll leave it there.
We'll wait a bit. Maybe Roshan and Farweez will be able to shed light on that for us. There we go, he hits it hard. That's the first bounce. Just a slight one and then it spins away from Afif Hussain. Now in the previous 2 games between these 2 teams, Chandimal has a total of 19. Asalanka 9. Today, they're turning it on when it matters.
That's exactly it. When it matters, that's where you really need to turn up.
Oh, top edge, Vyaskant takes it, that's the wicket, well Alage. Against the run of play, and Asalanka has perished.
This is brilliant bowling from the left armer. He's been tossing the ball up. This time around, changed the pace. Saw him coming down, bowled that arm delivery, dragged the length back, and he has picked up a very important wicket.
I don't think the option was bad from Asalanka. He wanted to go straight downtown. Fortunately, he just lifted his head before he got to impact. He's batted nicely, 31 in 23. Colombo Stars, 77 for 2.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphenes don't paint.
අපේ තාත්තා දැන් ලියන්නෙත් හෙළකුරු වලින් ගෙවන්නෙත් හෙළකුරු වලින් ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වයෙන් රටම සවිබල ගන්නන අපේම හෙළකුරු.
Calypso mix එක ඕන වෙලාවක නැගලම යනවා. Calypso එක්කලා යූත් එකම කුල්මත් වෙනවා. හඳුන්වාදින මාංචි රස බලකාය නවතම රසය. Calypso biscuits.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Avibo Parab, how good has he been? He's not got a half century, but every run he's made has been important. A great strike rate, difficult situations. But Welalage, young player, so promising, and throughout the tournament, Thisara Perera has been reluctant to bowl him, especially when a left-hander's there, and here he gets the breakthrough against a quality one.
Why it happened? He's off the mark straight away. Ravi Bopara is a good player of spinners. Now, why it happened? Because Roshan Abhisinghe spoke to this youngster, if you don't bowl against the left-handed batsman, when are you going to learn? And here you go. He was asked to bowl against the left-hander. He has bowled well.
Russell, we had this conversation in the last game. Good bit of fielding. But these are the competitions and the tournaments where they need to learn the tricks of the trade. Can't expect him to do it at international level if you haven't given him enough opportunity to do it in these kind of conditions.
And you know he's your future. Even with his batting position, I was making the point. This stage should be his. Oh, beautiful, beautifully done. Colombo Stars after 10 overs are 78 for 2.
සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක unlimited blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
More love, more fun. Ritsbury Chocomo.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Brand Week. A week for professionals.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
$78 for 2. Oh, Ravi Bopara. His first thought was to play the lap sweep. Oh, was it an area where he could play that? No, he looked to just open the face and run it past the slip fielder and the backward point. Oh, that's well bowled. That's very well bowled. And I like this from Tisera Pereira. New man in, immediately gets the slip into the young leg spinner.
And getting some turn as well. Vijay Kant, he's come in by leaps and bounds as a bowler. Remember him playing in that first Lanka Premier League in 2020 where he was not a regular, he was nervous, he struggled, he bowled against Andre Russell, I think if I remember right, got his wicket.
Party's on.
Yeah, important little period this. It's been a good over. 1 run. Got to make sure when the new man is in, you capitalise on that, and that's exactly what Vyas Khan's done.
A different bowler. Since Sharath Asalanka is not in the crease. Left-hander struggled a bit, but in the end, a brilliant over to come back. Just 1 run. 11 gone, 79.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment, manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Whether it's a possibility of something new or that playful moment between the two of you. You see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
Maggie Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න. අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
Wicket, which has just brought a bit of calm to the situation for Jaffna Kings. Oh, gets the bottom edge of the bat, will go down to the fielder. Long off for a single.
Ravi Bopara, he's faced 6 deliveries, scored 3, hasn't really looked himself, even that last shot in the previous over. Oh, slices it. Lucky, really lucky. Vilalage getting a bit of purchase of the track, bowled slower. He was clever with that variation.
The previous delivery to get rid of Charita Salanka, he dragged the length back. And occasion, this too, Dinesh Chandimal saw him coming down, slow it, and made sure the length was not there. It's good bowling and a good shot by Ravi Bopara. Getting the outside part of the bat just for a single. You can sense it, these batsmen are looking for that boundary. It's been 16 deliveries since the last one.
Lalage, 113 of 2.4 overs. Just have a look at the speeds. Bowling to right-handers. 74, 77, 78. And now to the left-handers, a lot quicker. You would expect that. He doesn't want to give them the opportunity to play an attacking stroke and get under the ball.
Single down by Ravi Bopara. Even with V.S. Khan the similar way. Left-hander, Charita Salanka was at the crease, wasn't that comfortable. But against the right-handers, yeah, he has that confidence to slow it a bit.
Well, he's getting purchase against the right-hander. You could see that he's varying his pace. He's looked good. He's just gone for 14 runs in his third over. You could see that he's just labouring to deliver it, just lobbing it virtually. 76.7 the pace, just 6 runs off the over, 85 for 2.
ලයිෆ්බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
More love, more fun. Ritsbury Chocomo.
In the early part of the innings, fantastic start. And just managed to slow it down in the last little period.
Nice friction into the attack. Oh, there's good bit of fielding by Gurbaz. Just had a bit of a injury cloud in the previous game. But in the end, for a wicket keeper, that was a great stop. Diving full length.
In fact, I don't think we should refer to him as a wicket keeper anymore. He's the complete cricketer. Bats, keeps wicket well, feels like a legend when he needs to.
He's still not complete because he doesn't bowl. Dilshan was a complete cricketer. He bowled as well. With the turn, they'll have a man in the deep. They'll come back for 2. But Tino, let's talk about this phase always getting up to the 15th over, where teams have struggled, the spinners have come in. It appears to be something that has been repeated right throughout the tournament. The batters somehow seem to be getting into a bit of a rut, not being able to score those runs, force the pace, and eventually sometimes playing into the hands of the opposing team.
Straight to the man. And he just delayed that shot a little bit more. He would have got a boundary between the two of them. Yeah, it's been a concern throughout the competition, and that's why earlier on I said I'm enjoying how they're going about batting in this period. Before the last wicket, of course. I think it's just so important, even if you're not getting a whole host of runs in this stage of the innings, ensure that you've got a plan as to how you're going to play the spinners, build the partnership, and make sure you've got wickets in hand at the end to then accelerate in those last 5. What's happened a lot of the time is runs haven't been coming, guys have played big shots, end up losing 3, 4, 5 wickets in the stage.
I guess this is where 2 is the call. Dinesh Chandimal, yeah, coming back for the second and brings up his 50, maybe. No! That was a bullet throw. Zaman Khan from square leg. I thought Dinesh Chandimal was going to make it easy, but in the end, a big dive. I just thought for a second there was a good bit of running by Dinesh Chandimal, but Zaman Khan, that was a bullet throw coming into the wicketkeeper's hands.
Chandimal, who's quick between the wickets and didn't hesitate, straight away said two, wanted to come back short of his ground. That is a fantastic throw. Minimum of work for the keeper to do once he had the ball in the gloves, and that's why those are so excited, because this man was looking dangerous. 49 and 40, it's 90 for 3.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphenes don't paint.
Dara's walkයට එකතු වෙන්න. ඔබට සැරිසරන්න. සිත්සේ තෝරන්න. ඔබේ Dara's සොයාගන්න.
Hi. Oh no. Huh? Huh? Hey,
Christmas Colombo 2022.
දෙසැම්බර් 20 වෙනිදා සිට 28 වෙනි දින දක්වා සවස 4 සිට අලුයම 2 දක්වා නෙළුම් කුළුණ පරිශ්‍රයේදී.
Best of 73 this season. Played a really good innings yesterday to make sure his team gets into the final today. 13 gone, it's 90 for 3.
Tuck, TikTok. Non-stop TikTok යන්න TikTok data plan. දින 7ක් සඳහා රුපියල් 115ක් සහ දින 30ක් සඳහා රුපියල් 385ක් පමණයි. අදම ඇක්ටිවේට් කරගන්න. SLT Mobitel. එකම එක සබඳියාව.
Maggie Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
Lifebuoy ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක. Unlimited blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
බඩගින් මායම් බිඳින්න. Ritzbury Black Magic.
Oh, now that's just held up on the surface, bit of turn.
It's holding up. Is that something that we can expect to happen when the team bats second? Because he's bowling slow. That was in the low 80s. I get the feeling that it's a more watchful approach against the spinners from here, at least for the next 2 to 3 overs, because Velalage into his last over. Vyaskanth has bowled 3. Tikshana has bowled 2.
Definitely the spinners have got the Jaffna Kings back into the game. That's Asun Shanaka, national captain, along with Dr. Jayantha Das, the Vice President of Sri Lanka Cricket, watching the proceedings. That's where I think Tisara Perera have done really well, using their spinners in tandem and making sure the run making is not easy. 28 deliveries since the last boundary.
Oh, now something for the batsman to consider. Let's have a look at that wonderful bit of fielding once again from Zaman. What tells you how good it was is how close the ball was to the top of the stumps. As well as the fact that Chandimal didn't hesitate. Straight away went, got to the other side and turned, but still couldn't get back.
Now, last ball of the 14th over, ball starting to turn a bit. You think a reassessment in the final score from the batting side? We'll be looking at 160 at the start, but maybe now 10 runs less.
I think that's where the strategy timeout, the think tank should be thinking of. It's definitely once the ball loses that hardness and the shine, it's not been easy against spinners. So I'm pretty sure they will reassess and come back.
They're not scoring boundaries, and even singles have been tough. 3 dots in that over. 93 for 3 after 14. That red is now under 7, and that is a strategic timeout.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water-repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Lokka. ඔබ කැමතිම ඇප් 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
Lifeboy ඉතරම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Brand Week. A week for professionals.
සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක. Unlimited blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
Well, today I'm out to capture happiness in a cup. The taste of Sri Lanka in a cup. We all love tea, isn't it? And you know what? Sri Lanka has gained the reputation of being the finest tea producers in the entire world. And I'm here at the Heladip Tea Club to taste the flavor of Sri Lanka. Come. So they have 12 flavors from different regions and 9 syrups to make tea cocktails and mocktails. And I chose cinnamon as my cup of tea. So while it's being prepared, let me tell you that it's been more than 150 years that Sri Lanka is in the tea industry. Here, each tea leaf is plucked by hands rather than mechanization, plucking out 2 leaves and the bud, which holds the flavor and aroma. The taste, the aroma, heavenly. I think my decision to come here and witness how it's made and tasted was totally worth it. Well, I had my cup of positivity. You can have yours. Cheers.
Nicely poised, being asked to bat by Tessera Pereira, 93 for 3. Chandimal, 49 in 40 balls. Fortunate that he couldn't get to his half century due to a brilliant bit of fielding from Zaman. Sri Lanka Test captain Dimuth Karunaratne enjoying the final. Oh, that's well played. Very well played. There's no 45, so plenty of space behind square, and he'll come back for 2.
A smart batting by Ravi Bupara. As he said in the last over, the teams reassess the runs on the board. I reckon still Roshan, 155, 160. Sanat Jayasuriya, Vanidhu Hasaranga from Kandy Falcons from the heartbreak yesterday. And the game today, along with the media manager of Kandy Falcons, Azam Amin. Sadir Samarikum, a huge appeal. The umpire is not moved.
Ravi Bupara willing to go over extra where he's so strong.
Fair delivery, go to ultra edge, please. Roll it forward, roll it forward. Okay, flat line, just give me the side on angle for the stumping place. Okay, back foot, landed when the bails are off. I'm satisfied. My decision is not up.
Confirmation on the big screen. That's nicely played. Very quickly, gentlemen. Just had the strategic timeout. Maruf, what are you saying to the bowlers at that stage? And Nushan, what are you saying to the batters?
Well, I would be telling them to try and bat the 20 overs for sure. I think reassess 150 minimum. Sure would be what I would be looking at, what my batters would need. That's very important to get that score at least. And Dr. Tumbagala, who is the double over owner, he's present at the ground as well. He's very, very passionate about his team, I'll tell you. He's very interested, double aura owner.
As far as the bowlers, this is Perra, the captain, wanting to finish off. The Digriya turn today, something that I'd like to come back to. Maybe have a moment. That's a good shot off the back foot. That's a magnificent shot. For a moment, I thought it's going to be a single, but it's kid on once it pitched once, twice, and went for a boundary. Took about almost more than 5 overs to get that boundary in the end. Important one for Colombo Stars to break the shackles.
So strong over extra cover. Abu Bopara. Rafif Hussein's quick. He's not quick enough. It'll be a single to end the 15th over. Colombo 102 for 3.
Manchi rasabalakai onion biscuits dang aluth vela.
Mood එක positive දවසම fun බරයි. limit නැති friends නැති ලෝකෙම සුන්දරයි. life එකත් lemon වගේ sweet sour mix. excitement එකක් ගොයින්ද ගත නැතොත් risk. අපි හෙන්නම lucky. ඕන දෙකට වෙන fix. හෙළදිව් ice tea. ඕන වෙලාවක set වෙන drink එක.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Win unlimited plan එක unlimited blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
Have stalled. But the good news is they still have 7 wickets in hand, and the two batters who have done a lot of the damage over the last few games are together. Ravi Bopara and Angelo Matthews, the two partnerships in the last 2 games, 65 and 45. They need another here.
They have to move on from here.
Zaman Khan into the attack.
He's bowled really well during this competition. As we have a look at Dinesh Chandimal, really good tonight. Opened his front leg. That for me was the shot of the day so far. Very, very good he was. Used his wrist, scored all sides of the wicket. Very good balance. Very good balance. Out for 49. Very good innings.
He must be under pressure, Zaman Khan, because he gave away too many runs in his first over. Conceded a lot of boundaries. He must be feeling some pressure, and these batsmen, they need to attack him just to play with his nerves.
These two are not playing, they're in the fans zone.
But they're busy signing autographs.
Niroshan Dikwal lost his place in the team. Strange run of form though, 4 ducks in 5 innings. Apesh, well Alage puts it down. Generally a very, very good fielder. He could have attacked it a little bit more.
He's been batting well, Angelo Matthews. And here was the opportunity created, and he grasped it. How costly it's going to be for the Jaffna Kings.
We saw him with the ball and he was brilliant. 1 for 18. It's so hard, but straight to the fielder, who's taken off the green cap for the moment, Avishka Fernando. Great spot to be. Dimut Karunaratne, Dasun Shanaka, interacting with the fans. And a bit of Shakti. Batting to come for the Colombo Stars. We haven't seen much in the last few games after these two, but they've done the job. Benny Howell, Stikuge Prasanna. They are good hitters, good strikers. Gurbas is quick. But good running.
Gurbas very quick. Good to see him back on the ground after he went off with a little bit of a scare, what looked like perhaps a elbow injury.
And now they're swapping too, because he's got to get the long throw in. You don't want any more damage to Gurbas. It's going to be crucial in this chase.
It's been a very good over from Zaman Khan. Has only conceded 5 runs so far, and this is good. Is holding his nerves, redeeming himself.
Last ball of the over. Matthews pulls, upish. Drop short of Shoaib Malik. They're just not finding the timing. Struggling a wee bit at the moment. That ends the 16th, 108 for 3.
Life boy, itarum lokka. Velana pale aduma mila. Rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Dana's මොකකට එකතු වෙන්න. ඔබට සැනසෙන්න. CSvsJK. ඔබේ Dana's සොයාගන්න.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
ඔක්තෝබර් 30ක දක්වා රුපියල් බිලියනයක් වටිනා loyalty data GB මිලියන 20ක් නොමිලේ. SLT Mobitel එකම එක සබැඳියාව.
Life boy, itarum lokka. Velana pale aduma mila. Rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
108 for 3, the last 4 overs of the Colombo Stars innings. Averages 15, batting first. Ravi Bopara averages 75 in chasing, but this time they're setting a score. 8 and over 140. Tikshana. He's got a couple up his sleeve now. How do you project? What do you need? We've seen the ball grip a bit. And what do the Colombo Stars have in terms of bowlers as well?
Yeah, interesting. The spinners of Jaffna have done an unbelievable job. You look at CSvsJK Prasanna, you look at Benny Howell, you look at Bopara, and perhaps the part-time of Asalanka. They need to get 150 minimum.
Now this is, he's got, with frees his arms and he gets 6.
And this is incredible hitting. Without the bottom hand, he was able to hit the ball over extra cover for plenty.
The width is what allowed Angelo Matthews to free his arms. So you reckon 150 because you're seeing a little bit of grip?
Exactly that. I think you can put some pressure on the opposition.
Ball in, Matthews goes. Tikshana strike straight away.
What a delivery that was. After getting hit for a 6, he tossed the ball up more. Angelo Matthews was into the stroke a bit too early. Missed the ball completely, and this is a big wicket for Jaffna Kings.
I think he took a little bit of pace off that. Angelo Matthews threw his shot and out he went. Yeah, 82.2. Definitely a lot of pace off the ball after being hit for the 6. Great return. Really good thinking that from Mahesh Tikshana. Just to get back to where we were, Russ, Angelo Matthews out for 12 off 11 balls. Colombo 114 for 4.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
It could be a feeling that brings you together, or even their passion to change the world. You see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක. Unlimited blaster.
මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
Life boy, itarum lokka. Velana pale aduma mila. Rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
More love, more fun. Ritsbury Chocomo.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Lokka.
The new batter in. He's got a job to do.
Yeah, especially once the captain has been removed, it was a dangerous proposition for the bowlers. Yeah, the task has become harder for Nabi and Ravi Bopara, with the ball gripping just a little bit.
It was brave because the previous delivery that went for 6 was 106 Ks. Next one tossed up at 82. Yeah, coming back to the point of the target, Mickey.
Yeah, just to get back to that, I think at 150 it gives you a chance. Runs on the board in a final is always a big thing to have. If they strike early, we get Rajita and Lakmal bowling like they will. They'll have the ability to put them under pressure, and then they're bowlers who change pace.
They have been brilliant in the power play. Rajita and Lakmal together. Lakmal not amongst the wickets, but he's been bowling very economically. 118 for 4.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Locker. ඔබ කැමතිම ඇප් 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
අපේ අම්මා දැන් shopping ගියාම ගෙවන්නෙම හෙලකුරු ඇප් එකෙන්. ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වෙන් රටම සවිබල ගන්නවන අපේම හෙලකුරු.
සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක. Unlimited blaster.
මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
Christmas Colombo 2022.
දෙසැම්බර් 20 වෙනිදා සිට 28 වෙනි දින දක්වා සවස 4 සිට අලුයම 2 දක්වා නෙළුම් කුළුණ පරිශ්‍රයේදී
ලයිෆ්බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
For Nabi instead of Hal, he showed us how to tonk the ball. And Palakele, they're coming back to the point. What should be a good total? Yes, I'm with Mickey. 150 is a decent total on the board. But when you speak about the ball gripping into the surface, they haven't got those spinners. Colombo Stars, they have been reliant on the fast bowler, especially the new ball.
Binura Fernando starts off with a slower ball, which bounces or loops over the batter's head.
And if Colombo Stars, they manage the new ball well, there'll be problems for Jaffna Kings. And if the Jaffna Kings opener play well, then it'll bring a lot of pressure on the spinners. And you know what pressure does to you. It's the enemy of the movement. So there are so many questions.
Pressure does strange things to people. Good things and bad things. There are some players who do thrive under pressure.
You were one of them, weren't you? One who could bowl, bat.
Oh, good option because fine leg, square leg, in the circle, little bit of back would have been a boundary.
Or hitting the ball onto the stumps.
I think what he saw was because Benura's used his bouncer first ball, he's gone across. He knew he was going to go wide, and he's got a fine leg and a square leg up. So any bit of good bat on that gives a potential boundary to Ravi Bopara.
That's very good bowling. Very good bowling. He's just looking for those Yorkers.
He's struggling. He's holding his side. He did a dive, which was pleasant to see, which was very good to see, and then left the field. He was winded. But even after bowling the previous delivery, it looked like he was in a lot of pain. There you go.
What do they say? Toughen up, princess.
This is Rambo we are talking about. But he's continuing and his execution's been good. You got to give it to him. It's a final. He's pushing himself, Binro Fernando.
Yeah, exactly right. He is. He's pushing himself through this last little bit. Yeah, he's bowled exceptionally well through the tournament. Just battling to get through his action there. Just hurting him just a little bit. I'm not sure if it's groin or if it's side.
Picked up all the way. What a hit. That's not an easy one. Low full toss.
Yeah, when as a fast bowler you look to bowl those Yorkers, you have to increase your final stride. You have to really bend your back. More force is required, which brings pressure on your groin. And the fourth ball he attempted to bowl a Yorker turned out to be a full toss.
He did not miss that by much though. His execution there was nearly spot on. And you don't mind that. He's committed to a delivery and nearly executed.
Oh, that's gone again. This time even bigger. The umpire though, for the relief of the Jaffna King, signals it's below the waist.
Yeah, he has to change his thinking. He has to stop thinking about those Yorkers. Because twice in this over, he has faltered. The first one was a low full toss. And the other one, the one to follow, was a high full toss. The result was the same, almost the same.
2 overs to go. Tikshana has 1. Zaman Khan has 2. Now the way Tisara is, Binura is struggling. Got to go to the other 2 bowlers for sure. Power play 55 for 1, and the next 9 overs just 47 for 2. How much will these 5 overs give the Stars? Oh, he's bowled that better. It's leg side-ish. Says umpire Kumara Dharmasena. So 16 off the 18th over. 130.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි. Body life එක break up කරගෙන salsa නතනවා. ඕනේ වෙලාවක salsa රසට කට්ටියරොත් වෙනවා. මාංචි රස බලකායේ salsa biscuits දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Brand Week. A week for professionals.
බඩගින් මායම් පිදින්න. Ritsbury Black Magic.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
ඇප් තුනටම රැති වෙනකම් ඩේටා. ST Mobitel Triple Buddy.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodle. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
Just that big over of 16 will have the Stars believing or eyeing 155 to 160. That would be a good score. Here's Tikshana. Opportunity. Oh, not a lot of excitement from the fielder square of the wicket. That's always my indication of the situation in terms of line calls.
The outcome of this over is going to be of mighty importance. If he bowls a good over here, then even getting to 155 is going to be difficult. Zaman Khan has a couple of overs left.
Tikshana fixed Angelo Matthews. Not before Angelo Matthews hit him for a 6 though. But he was a good batter. Back spinner. That was quicker but wider, so that was hit for 6 with one hand. Then the wrong and slower to fix Matthews.
Great piece of bowling that, and that was so well articulated where he saw all his tricks plus his change of pace. What he's done so well here is he's got the ball nice and full, changed his pace well, got the ball nice and full, which hasn't allowed the batsman to free his arms in any way.
This is the game. Bopara's on strike. Dragged it short. He wants to because he wants to keep the strike, and he should. Oh, a great over from Tikshana so far. 4 balls, 4 runs.
Yeah, he got into the over quite nicely, hasn't he? Only 4 runs conceded. And not to forget, this is penultimate over, which is always an important one. How he gets out of the over Time will reveal it. But so far, so good for Jaffna Kings.
Plenty of time to get through the overs with so much spin overs bowled. They've done well. 6 minutes to get those 2 deliveries through. Here we go. Goes Bopara. Has he got enough? Yes, he has. Geez, this is some wonderful hitting from Ravi Bopara.
He's a fantastic player of spin bowling, isn't he? Just nipped that length, and he was in a very good position to play that throw. A timely hit from Ravi Bopara.
I don't think I wonder if any of you noticed, Ravi Bopara walked off to the 12th man. He tried to get his helmet off. He broke the tempo of Mahesh Theekshana as he pushes this one out to deep mid-wicket. Mahesh Theekshana had bowled a great over, out for 2. They've run 2. Oh, that's the over. 146 for 4, 1 over to go.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Max Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
ජීවිතේම ජර්නි එකක් ගෑව පාට පාට. හැබැයි මම තමයි මගේ ලයිෆ් එකේ නැවිගේටර්. ෆ්‍රී එකේම පාවෙනකොට life is like magic. Apple වගේ simple නේ ජීවිතේට logic. හෙළදීප් ice day. ඕන වෙලාවක set වෙන drink එක.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි. Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
It's been a good battle. No team has really broken free from the other. 19th over, Thisara Pereira has gone to Binura Fernando. The trust in the big man. This over will decide the game. From 150 to 160, it will make a massive difference how the teams feel going into the second innings. We've seen some wonderful catches.
I'm not sure. We had some good catches here in the crowd. Great catch. You nearly did me there, Russ. I like the fact, I'm not sure whether it's the right option or not, but I like the fact he's gone back to Binura, who's done the job for him the whole tournament at the dead.
Here he is, the 20th over. Nabi hits it well, starts off with a 6 and the 150 for the Colombo Stars.
That was an incredible hit. It was almost a Yorker length, and to be able to hit the ball aerial, it was special, wasn't it? Getting underneath that delivery, and a short arm jab, wasn't it? Cleared everything.
It was. I don't know if you noticed his grip there. He's taken his hands all the way down the bat handle, and you're right, it is a jab. So he's hit that like a jab, but wow, he's hit it with some force.
Mid off in the circle now. Goes shorter, slower. Didn't pick it up. Afif Hussain took a while and then knocks on. Now the field that's been set for Mohammad Nabi is the wide or the deep point, deep extra cover. Extra cover and mid off are in the circle. On the leg side, deep square leg, deep mid wicket. And the long on. That's the 6 sitting deep in your crease. And muscle it over.
And without a high back lift. Incredible.
Will he go again? He tries. But nicely bowled, slower delivery. They want to. And they get it. This is very good. 10 off 3. 160 on the cards, maybe even 165.
Although a couple of runs were picked up by Nabi. But that was good thinking from the left-arm fast bowler, Binura. Took the pace off.
Yeah, he did there. He bowled that really well. And that takes a lot of guts to bowl a ball like that. It means you're on top of your skills. Very well executed as well. Binura's bowled so well this whole tournament, which is why I think Thisara Pereira went to him for over number 20. a formidable score developing here, one that could challenge Jaffna in many ways.
Oh, that's a wide. That's a wide. It's just getting away from Binra Fernando a wee bit. 20,000 plus spectators here at the R. Premadasa Stadium and cheering every ball. One thing that has changed again over the last 4-5 overs. Could be due, but the ball's skidding on. We're not seeing that grip or bite off the pitch. That's a positive for the Jaffna Kings. 55 so far in the last 5. Another wide. Make that 56 with 3 balls to go.
That's pressure for you, isn't it? Getting hit for a 6 of the first delivery of the over. It's not easy for a bowler to make a comeback from there. He's been all over the shop after that. Hasn't really deciphered which length to go for. Looking to bowl at Mohammad Nabi.
He's also been in pain since he dived. That was well bowled. Gets a dot. Oh dear, oh dear. That's harsh. That was quite harsh. He's thinking about the review. He cannot. I thought Mohammad Nabi was all the way there.
It was an afterthought. And that was harsh.
Yep, he's batting just outside off stump, and when it's passing Mohammad Nabi, it's within that tram line. And also you get a margin, you do, when the batter goes across his crease, and hence that was harsh. Now Binra Fernando needs to hold his nerve. You got to put that behind you. You got 3 deliveries. 170. Colombo Stars. Edge taken. Samara Wickrama hangs on to it. Hard done by, but he comes back with a wicket.
He's kept well, Sudhira, and he has effected quite a few stumpings. And now, it wasn't an easy take. It was a slow delivery, batsman flashing hard, but he dived at the right moment, timed it quite nicely. The reaction tells you everything, how frustrated the bowler has been in this over. Mohammad Nabi contributed 15, it's 159 for 5.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Brand Week. A week for professionals.
Benny Howell. Ooh, Ravi Bopara was away.
Yeah, it's good that the decibels have gone higher here in Premadasa Stadium. That was a miss. A bit of atmosphere here.
Let's look at Ravi Bopara. He waited till almost the point that he delivered, and then he's off. He was running wherever the ball went. Last ball of the innings coming up, but this is the wicket of Mohammad Nabi. Good take, had to time the dive. Ravi's on strike for the last one. Oh boy, he'll have to re-bowl that.
Can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to go wide. He's clearly made that his decision at the back end. He set his field accordingly. He's just got it wrong. He's trying to take pace off with his third man and fine leg up. He wants to be hit straight down the ground or to deep extra cover where he has his fielders. He just has got his execution wrong slightly.
Starts on off stump, goes across. Slower delivery, won't be a boundary. Tisara Pereira's in the way. 2 runs to end the innings. 163 for 5 after 20. Binra Fernando 1 for 48 in his 4. Yesterday, the Colombo Stars chased down 169 with ease. Today they have 163 to defend.
Let me tell you, it's not going to be easy. Just look at, after the bounce, how quickly the ball reached to the fielder. It tells you there is a bit of dew around. And to be able to bowl with a wet ball is not going to be easy. So, new ball is going to be very, very important.
Wonderful knock. Ravi Bopara, the man, once again standing tall and finishing off strong. So the Colombo Stars in the last 5 overs, 61, Mickey Arthur.
That was a really good finish. Ravi Bopara again instrumental with Angelo Matthews in that finish, with Mohammad Nabi playing some very, very good shots. 15 off 9. I love the partnership there. Dinesh Chandimal and Charith Asalanka got them going. Bopara 47 off 33, amazing. And Mohammad Nabi 15 off 9, which was a really good little cameo.
Yep, 47 off 33. Ravi Bopara's down there with Nerli Meadows.
47 not out of 33 balls. Ravi Bopara, can you speak to your form at the moment? Because it's fun for us to watch.
Yeah, it's going well at the moment. It's nice when things go your way as a batter. You know, some of the nicks that go past the keeper or inside edges that miss a stump and you go on to score a run. So it's nice at the moment. Hopefully we've got enough here. It's a tough wicket.
It's a nice crowd in to watch it as well, but obviously that total was set up by the foundation of Chandimal as well. Were you pleased with how he batted today?
Yeah, I think both our top order players played really well. He set it up beautifully for us to come in, but it was difficult to start. Anyone new that came in just found it very, very difficult. So it was unfortunate we lost both our top order batters, you know, quite quickly, which slowed us down a bit. But 163, I think it's a challenging total.
I wanted to ask you about that. Given that you've just spent a good chunk of time out there in the middle, how do you think this is going to go down in the chase?
Well, I think it'll be difficult to chase down. It's hard to get any pace on the ball when you're hitting it. So if the pace is off the ball with the bowlers, the spinners, it's quite hard to clear the boundaries. You've got to get it out the middle.
All the best.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep, 163 for 5 will be challenging the Jaffna Kings with their bowlers. Disar Pereira 1 for 16. Binra Fernando struggled just a wee bit. 1 for 48. Tikshana. And then the 2 spinners, Vyas Kant, wicketless, but was brilliant along with Wellalage, who just brought the Jaffna Kings back into the game. Well, we are 20 overs away from...
And he's going again. He could be dead here. My batter is calling for the replay.
කොළඹ කණ්ඩායම ලකුණු 163යි කඩුළු 5ක් දැවී ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායමට එරෙහිව අවසන් තරගයේදී ඔවුන් ලබා දෙන ඉලක්කය ලකුණු 164යි. මාතක ඉන්නවා ෆර්විස් මහරූෆ් මේ ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාව ගැන වගේම තරගයේ තියෙන අභියෝගය ගැන කතා කරන්න. මහා ලකුණු 163ක්. ඔවුන් සතුටු වෙයිද ඉනිම ආරම්භ කරන්න කලින් ඔවුන් ලබා ගන්න 163යි කියලා කවුරු හරි කිව්වනම්?
මම හිතන්නේ මැදෝස්වල පොඩ්ඩක් කොළඹ කණ්ඩායම පොඩ්ඩක් එතන හිරවීමක් තිබ්බා. හැබැයි මම හිතන්නේ ඉවර කරපු විදිය දැක්කම හරිම ඉම්ප්‍රෙසිව්. ඉතින් 160ක් කියන්නේ මම හිතන්නේ ඇන්ජලෝ මැතිව්ස් තරඟ මේකාසිය වාසිය පෙරදිලා මුලින් බැට් කරන්න දාලා නිකන් හරියට තරඟෙට කලින් ඇව්වොත් මේ 160ක් ඇතිද කියලා මම හිතන්නේ ඇන්ජලෝ මැතිව්ස් ගොඩක් දුරට ඒකට එකඟ වෙයි. ඒකෝත් 160ක් ඒ වගේම අපි දන්නවා අවසන් තරගයේදී පීඩනය වැඩි ලකුණු හඹා යනකොට. ඉතින් ඒ තියෙන පීඩනයත් එක්ක නිකන් හරි කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමට පළවෙනි ඕවර 6 ඇතුළත අවිෂ්ක ෆර්නෑන්ඩෝ හා ගුර්බාසගේ ක්‍රීඩකයෝ දෙන්නෙක් අවුට් කරගන්න පුළුවන් වුණොත් මම හිතනවා කොළඹ කණ්ඩායම හොඳ අවස්ථාවක් තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම පීඩනය මම හිතන්නේ තාම තියෙන ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායමට ලොකු තරගයකදී ලකුණු හඹා ගිහිල්ලා ලකුණු ගන්නකොට තියෙන පීඩනය හරිම වැඩි. ඉතින් මම හිතනවා හොඳ තරගයක් බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් බලමු මොනවද වෙන්නේ කියලා.
මහා ඊයේ තරම් තනතිරුවේ දෝලනයක් අපි දකිනවාද? අපි දැක්ක ඊයේ තිබ්බ වැස්සයි ඒ තිබ්බ තත්වයන් එක්ක මීට වඩා මූවමන්ට්ස් අපි දැක්කා සර්ෆේස් එකේ. අද ඒ වගේ තත්වයක් නැහැ කියලා තමයි බැලු බැලමට පේන්නේ.
ඔව්. ඒක මං කිය ලොකුම හේතුව කලින්දු අද පොඩක් තනකොළ පොඩක් දුමුරු ගතිය තිබ්බේ. ඒ වගේම පිච් එකේ පොඩක් ෂයින් ගතිය තිබ්බේ. ඒ කියන්නේ පොඩක් දිලිසෙන ගතිය. දිලිසෙන ගතිය තියෙන බෝලේ ස්කිඩ් වෙනවා බැට් එකට. අපි ඊයේ එක දැක්කේ නෑ වැස්සත් එක්ක. දැන් මේ අද දවස් අතර මං හිතන්නේ වැස්ස තිබ්බා කියලා. ඉතින් ග්‍රවුන්ඩ්ස් වලට ගොඩක් වෙලා තිබ්බා පිච් එක හදන්න. ඉතින් ඒකයි අපි දැක්කේ පළවෙනි ඕවර දෙක මං හිතන්නේ පොඩ්ඩක් දෝලණය වුණා. ඉන්පසුව පිටිකරුවන් ඉතා උචිත තන්නිල්ලක් වුණා.
දැන් හදිසියවත් ඊයේ තරම් තනතිරුව දෝලණය වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන්නේ දගපන්දු යවන්නන්ගේ වේරියේෂන්ස් ගොඩක් වැදගත් වෙනවා. හැබැයි කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමේ දඟපන්දු යවන්නන් ගත්තම අපි දකින්නේ මොහොමඩ් නාබි ඉන්නවා සීකුගේ ප්‍රසන්න ඉන්නවා ඊට අමතරව ඉන්නේ චරිත අසලංක තමයි ඕන උනොත් පාවිච්චි කරන්න ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායමේ පිටිකරන ලෑස්තියත් එක්ක ගත්තම ඒ පිටිකරන ලෑස්තිය පාලනය කරන්න තරම් දඟපන්දුවේ ශක්තියක් කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමට තියෙනවා කියලා ඔබ හිතනවද?
දඟපන්දුවේ යන්න කලින් මම කැමති සුරංග ලක්මාල් කසුන් රාඩිත ඊයේ තරංගේ පෙරද තරංගේ දෙකේම ඒ දෙන තම හොඳටම පන්දු යවලා අපි කියනවා set in the tone කියන එක. ඒක හොඳටම කරා කොළඹ කණ්ඩායම. ඉතින් අද තරංගේ ජයග්‍රහණය කරන්න ඒ පන්දු යන දෙන්න හොඳින් ස්ටෝන් එක සෙට් කරලා පළවෙනි ඕවර් 3-4 හොඳට පන්දු යවුවොත් මම හිතන්නේ අනිත් පන්දු යවන්නට එච්චර අමාරු වෙන එකක් නෑ. එකපාර ඇවිල්ලා තමන්ගේ සුපුරුදු දක්ෂතාවල් දක්වන්න. ඔයා හොඳ පොයින්ට් එකක් කියන්නේ දඟපන්දු යවන්න ඇටැක් දෙපැත්තම ගත්තොත් ජැෆ්නා සහ කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමේ ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායම ඇත්තටම ස්ට්‍රෝං. කොළඹ කණ්ඩායම මම හිතන්නේ සීග්‍රේ ප්‍රසන්න කියන්නේ ෆ්‍රන්ට් ලයින් ස්පිනර් කෙනෙක් නෙමෙයි. හැබැයි එයා හොඳට දාන දවසට හොඳටම දානවා. මොහමඩ් නබි කියන්නේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් විකට් ගන්න බෝල් ගන්න කෙනෙක් නෙමෙයි. ඒක තමයි වෙනස තියෙන්නේ ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායම. මහේස් තීක්ෂණ වේස්කාන් දෙන්නම පන්දු යවන විකට් ගන්න. ඒ වගේම වෙල්ලාලගෙත් විකට් ගත්තා. ඉතින් ඒක තමයි වෙනස දැක්කේ. ඒ වගේම මැඩෝස් වල අපි දැක්කා පන්දු පොට මේ දඟ කැවුණා. පන්දු පොට ස්ලෝ වුණා. එතකොට ගොඩක් දඟ පන්දු යන කරේ පන්දු පොට හිමින් යවුවා. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමත් ඒක ඉගෙන පාඩම ඉගෙන ගත්තොත් ඔවුන් මම හිතන්නේ මැඩෝස් වල පන්දුව වැඩි පේස් දෙන්න නැතුව පොට හිමින් පන්දු යවුවොත් මම හිතන්නේ ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායමට තා පොට පීඩනේ දාන්න පුළුවන්.
බැටිං ගැන කතා කරොත් ගුරුබාස් එක්ක අවිෂ්ක තමයි ජැෆ්නා ඉනිම ආරම්භ කරන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ සදීර සමරවික්‍රම ගොඩක් ලකුණු අතර ඉන්නවා මේ තරගාවලිය ගත්තට පස්සේ. කසුන් රාජිත ඒ වගේම සුරංග ලක්මාල් දෙන තර්ජනයට එහා පැත්තෙන් හොඳ මැච් එකක් තියෙනවා කියලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් ගුරුබාස් සහ අවිෂ්ක. අපි ඒක ගැන කතා කරමු.
ඔව් මම අවිෂ්ක ෆර්නැන්ඩෝ කියන්නේ අපි මම හිතන්නේ ටූර්නමන්ට් එකේ හයි ස්කෝරර්. රයිට් මේ තරගාවලිය පුරාම හොඳටම සෙල්ලම් කරලා තිනවා. ඉතින් ඒක තමයි මම මුලින් කිව්වේ මේ දෙන්නගේ එක්කෙනෙක් අවුට් කරන්න ඕනේ අලුත් බෝලේ නැත්තම් එහෙම හරි අමාරු වෙනවා. ඒ දෙන්න නිකන් හරි ස්ටාර්ට් එකක් මේ ආරම්භය ලබා ගත්තොත් මම හිතන්නේ මේක ඕවර් 17න් 18න් ඉවර කරන්නත් අවස්ථාවක් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් කසුන් ඩාර්ද විශේෂයෙන් මම හිතන්නේ ඔහුගේ පන්දු අවර 2-3 පවර් ප්ලේ එකේ ගොඩක් වටිනවා.
අපි දැක්ක ඊයේ ගොඩක් රෝප් එක පාවිච්චි කරන ඩ්‍රින්ක්ස් බ්‍රේක් එකක් ආපු ගමන් අද තියෙන තත්ත්වය ගත්තොත් එහෙම ලොකු අවුලක් නෑ මම හිතන්නේ.
මම හිතන්නේ පොඩ්ඩක් ඩිව් දිනවා කියලා දැනට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එනවනේ මේලා ඩිව් එක ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනෝනේ. තිසර පෙරරා ටොස් එකේ වෙලාවේ කිව්වේ එයා මුලින් බෝල් කරන්න හේතුව ඩිව් එක නිසා. හැබැයි කොළඹ එච්චර මම ලොකු ඩිව් එකක් දැක්කේ නෑ. පල්ල කැලේදී හම්බන්තොටේ සෑහෙන ඩිව් එකක් තිබ්බා. ඒ වගේම සාමාන්‍ය කතාවක් තමයි කලින්දු හුලං වැඩි වෙන්න ඩිව් එක නෑ.
අද හුලං
ගොඩක් තිබ්බා. ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ කිසිම ඩිව් වලින් ප්‍රශ්නයක් එයි කියලා. ඒක තමයි මම කිව්වේ. දඟපන්දු යවන්න මැදෝස් වල හොඳට පන්දු යවුවොත් මේ කණ්ඩායමට පීඩනය දාන්න පුළුවන්. පීඩනයත් එක්ක සමාන අපි දැකලා තියෙනවා කොච්චර ටීම් මැච් පරදිනවා. ඉතින් වැදගත් වෙන්නේ ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායම පැත්තෙන් සෙට් වෙන එක ලොකු එකක් ගහන එක. කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමෙන් බලන්න පුළුවන් තරම් මැදෝස් වලයි අලුත් මේ පවර් ප්ලේ එකේ පුළුවන් තරම් ගේම් එක ස්ලෝ කරලා විකට්ස් ගන්න.
තිසර රසලානට කිව්වේ ටොස් එක දින්නට පස්සේ ආ බෝල් කරන්න පින්න නිසා කියලා. ඒක තමයි කියපු හේතුව. හැබැයි අනිත් පැත්තෙන් ගත්තම ඇන්ජි හැමතිස්සෙම කැමති උනේ මේ ටූර්නමන්ට් එකේ චේස් කරලා දිනන්න. ඒ ඒගොල්ලොන්ගේ රිද්ම් එක අප්සෙට් කිරීම ඒ තීරණය පිටිපස්සේ ඉන්න ඒ කාර්මුණක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්.
අනිවාර්යයෙන් හොඳ ප්‍රශ්නයක් ඇහුවේ. මම හිතන්නේ තිසරගේ මේන් අයිඩියා එක වෙන්නේ නැති ඒක. කොළඹ කණ්ඩායම විශේෂයෙන් චේස් කරද්දී තරග දිනවලා දිනවා විශේෂයෙන් ඇන්ජලෝ මැතිව්ස් සහ රවි බපාරගේ තියෙන එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එකත් එක්ක. ඒක තමයි මුලින් මම හිතන්නේ ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායම මුලින් පන්දු යවුවේ. ඉතින් ඕවා තමයි කියන්නේ අපිට ටැක්ටිකල් ගේම්ස් කියලා පොඩි ආරවුසින් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් වැදගත් වෙන්නේ ඒ එදා දවසේ සෙල්ලම් කරන කණ්ඩායම. අපි දැක කැන්ඩි ෆැල්කන්ස් කණ්ඩායම පළවෙනි රවුමේදී මම හිතන්නේ අන්බීටබල් ටීම් එකක් අපි හිතුවා ලේසිම ජයග්‍රහණය කරයි කියලා. ක්‍රිකට් is a great level කියන්නේ මේකයි. තරඟයක් පෙරදුනා එළිය.
දැන් එහෙම තිබුණා නම් සැලැස්මක් චේස් කරන රිදම් එක බ්‍රේක් කරන්න පන්දු ඇවීම පැත්තෙන් ඒගොල්ලෝගේ පාර්ට් එක ඒගොල්ලෝ හොඳට කළා තියෙනවා කියලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් නේද? ලකුණු 163.
සෑහෙනපත් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මම හිතන්නේ 170 අඩුවෙන් සාමාන්‍ය හොඳ ස්කෝර් එකක් 108ක් කියන්නේ just below par කියලා මම හිතනවා. හැබැයි වැදගත් වෙන්නේ again පීඩනයත් එක්ක චේස් කරන මේ ලකුණු හඹා යනකොට පීඩණයෙන් ගොඩාක් දේවල් වෙනස් කරනවා. ඉතින් වැදගත් වෙන්නේ මේ ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායමට එකම වාසිය දෙන්නේ උන් ෆයිනල්ස් වල ගොඩක් ඉඳලා තියෙනවා. හොඳ අත්දැකීම් ක්‍රීඩකයෝ වෙන නිසා සමහර පීඩනය දරා ගන්න පුළුවන් හැකියාවක් තියෙයි. කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමෙන් මම නැවතත් කියන්නේ නව පන්දුවෙන් කඩුලක් දෙයක් ලබා ගන්න ඕනේ.
early wickets
නැත්තම් මේ ගේමේ පුළුවන් තරම් ඉක්මනට වෙනවා.
අද අපි කතා කරන්න ඕනේ ග්‍රවුන්ඩ් එකේ වටේ බැලුවට පස්සේ තියෙන ඇට්මොස්ෆියර් එක මං හිතන්නේ මේක තමයි තරගාවලිය පුරාම අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙච්ච දේ. ක්‍රීඩකයන් දිරිගන්වන්න ප්‍රේක්ෂකයන් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. almost full house එකක් කියලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන්. කොහොමද මොනවද
අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම මම හිතන්නේ මම දැක්ක බෝඩ් එකේ දැම්මා 20000ක් ඉන්නවා කියලා. මේක තමයි අපේ ලංකා ක්‍රිකට් වලට ඕනේ. LPL එක තමයි ඉස්සරහට මම හිතන්නේ ලංකාවට ක්‍රිකට් වලින් විතරක් නෙමෙයි ඉකොනොමිකලි උත් ගොඩක් ලංකාවට ෆොරිනර්ස් ලැබිලා ඩොලර්ස් පම්ප් වෙන එක ටූර්නමන්ට් එකක්. ඉතින් මේක මම හිතනවා ඉදිරියටත් මේට වඩා තව වඩා ලොකුවට කරලා අපේ ජනතාව වශයෙන් උත් ජනතාවටත් මේ වගකීමක් තියෙනවා මැච් බලන්න ඇවිල්ලා මේක දිරිම ගන්නලා අපේ ලෝකෙට මේ හදාගත්ත බ්‍රෑන්ඩ් එක ලෝකෙටම පෙන්වන්න මේ වගේ සපෝට් එකක් එක්ක.
හොඳයි විනුසුරුවරුන් සහ කොළඹ කණ්ඩායම පිටියට පිවිසෙනවා උන්ගේ පන්දු යැවීමේ ඉනිම ආරම්භ කිරීම සඳහා ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායම තමයි LPL තරඟාවලියේ මෙතෙක් පැවති එඩිෂන්ස් දෙකම ජයග්‍රහණය කළ ශූරයන් බවට පත් වුණේ. අපි බලමු අද කොළඹ කණ්ඩායමට ජැෆ්නා කණ්ඩායමේ ඒ ජයග්‍රාහී මාවත වෙනස් කරන්න හැකියාව ලැබෙයිද කියලා. හැමෝම මුළු රටම උනන්දුවෙන් බලාගෙන ඉන්න අවස්ථාවක්. අපි යනවා තරඟය හා සජීවීව සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න.
Was picked up by Jaffna of the next ball. But how good was Ravi Bopara? Although he hasn't scored a 50 in this LPL, but his contributions, they've been significant.
Yeah, they've been match-winning contributions from Ravi Bopara. And all of them, just at the end of the innings, he came in and just gave the ignition to the innings they needed. One stage looked like they were going to struggle to get to 150, and that was the end of Mohammad Nabi, looking to go down the ground. But now Ravi Bopara has put in some really meaningful contributions to the Colombo Stars runs. So 164 the Jaffna Kings will need to get their third straight title of the LPL.
Can't wait to see this battle between these two in-form opening batsmen against Rajitha, who's developed that habit of picking up wickets with the new ball. And he has swung the ball both ways. This is going to be a contest and a half.
For me, this is where the game's won or lost is whoever wins this power play. Winning this power play is going to be absolutely crucial. The two incredible opening, powerful opening batsmen burst the evergreen, consistent Kasim Najita and Saranga Lakmal. A mouth-watering contest on the cards.
Yeah, perfect matchup that. There you go. Vishka Fernando. Most runs this season, most runs in all IPLs. 289 at 126 this season. Finish Chandimal, Andre Fletcher, who led the assault with the bat for the Falcons.
And if these two openers get going, let me tell you, it's going to be skin-tingling affair. Yeah, Carlos Brathwaite has been very impressive. He used the new ball and that heavy ball quite well.
Yeah, he sits at top of the bowling log, and remember, he sat out 2 matches. Outstanding performance. We're off. We haven't seen Mohammad Gurbaz play many of those shots in international cricket, let alone here.
Finals of the tournament, showing respect to the opposition. That's good to see.
It's amazing what happens when you got runs on the board. Runs on the board creates an extra pressure.
Oh, he's off. You can expect this from Ramanullah Gurbaz. Left the first one alone. It was enough to gauge the pitch. He's down the wicket. First boundary.
And he knows, Gurbaz, that Rajitha doesn't have that heavy ball. He wasn't afraid to come out of the crease. And that footwork made that stroke. Couple of bounces over the boundary line. He's off the mark.
Oh, he's gone again. He's gone again. It's sliding down the leg side and he helps it on its way. Just the start that they would have wanted.
By batting like this, one thing is ensured, the bowler is not going to think about swinging the ball. Now he's going to change his length. That was dragged back, and how easy it became for Gurbaz to employ that stroke. 10 already.
Immediately the slip goes out. Goes into a mid-wicket position. Wanting to plug all the holes they can after this explosive start from Gurbaz. Oh, that's well bowled. That's very well bowled and well watched by Gurbaz, just acknowledging the fact that that was a slow ball. Now, the two opening bowlers for the Colombo Stars have been outstanding. You were just talking about that. Mickey Arthur, Sharanda Lakmal, Kasun Rajata. Look at the lengths that they bowled. 71% in those good length areas. Those red dots are showing you the number of dot deliveries they've had. Not many runs in that area. And the boundaries, just 3. That was before this over was bowled. Those boundaries are now 5.
Already 2.
He's waited nicely for that. And they'll get the single. Good running.
Love the fact that Kasun Rajita's back to slow ball in here. He had 2 options. Use his bouncer or to go slow ball. With fine leg up, he couldn't use his bouncer. He had to go slow ball, and he's executed beautifully. We have a little look here. No, quite well in there. Good running from Ramanula Gurbaz.
And let me tell you, Rajitha was better served by swinging that delivery, seam-up deliveries. If the batsmen, with their effort, they have forced him to bowl those slow deliveries in the first over, they have won the battle.
Straight to the man on the circle. It is the perfect start for the Jaffna Kings. 11 for no loss.
Lifeboy itarum lokka. Velana pale aduma mila. Rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Win Unlimited plan එක. Unlimited blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි. Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
Lifeboy itarum lokka. Velana pale aduma mila. Rupial 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Win Unlimited plan එක. Unlimited blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
Play.net, Lanka Premier League 2022. This is going all across the world. People from far and wide all getting an opportunity to watch what has been a fantastic season 3. Now, Kasun Rajata, that first over, a couple of boundaries early, he's gone for 11, expensive compared to how well he's bowled. Taken 7 wickets at 5.81, so that first over, out of sorts for him.
Very much out of sorts, and out of sorts as well in that they've changed their bowling lineup tonight. Gone with Mohammad Nabi. A very good ploy by Angelo Matthews. Pace off the ball to Vishka, and Gurbaz is the way to go.
Mid-on in the circle. Gurbaz loves to go over long on, cow corner to the spinners, in particular the ball turning into him. But I think you'll find Mohammad Nabi's probably just going to bowl those arm balls, get that ball to swing away.
Let me tell you, this move has potential. Has that potential. But if he bowls like that, I'm afraid there isn't. And the moment he saw that length, it must have tickled pink. He pounced on that, never tried to overhit the ball, just guided it into the gap.
He knows, obviously, playing a hell of a lot there with Mohammad Nabi. He knows Mohammad Nabi is going to come into his pads. He's made room outside leg stump to allow himself to access the offside. Great batting.
And as a result of that, the wicket goes into the offside to fortify the cover for ring. Oh, that's well bowled. He's come down the wicket, looking to exploit that long on cow corner area. He's seen it, Mohammad Nabi, pulled the length back. That's nicely bowled.
Pace was good for me. With the second delivery of the over, he provided so much of pace to the batter to work with. I think he should be looking to spin the ball every time he bowls. The pitch is offering something.
Into the pads of Avishka Fernando. Just pushes it out into the leg side for 1. He's very content to get to the other end and to leave the big hitting to his partner, Gurbaz.
And that's how their partnership has been very effective. At the start of the innings, He has given strike to Gurbaz to attack the bowlers. And he's just worked the ball into the gap. Chance of a run out. But Avishka was too good.
Yeah, I think what Mohammad Nabi's saying is you've pitched the ball too short. It's bounced twice, and because of that, he's lost momentum. One bounce to Mohammad Nabi will certainly have been a lot tighter for the batsman, but I think he's home safely here. Yeah, it was unfortunate, that bounce at the edge of the pitch. But definitely, had it been one bounce to Mohammad Nabi, could have been interesting. Gets home comfortably. Now, he hasn't gone downtown yet. It must be in the back of his mind. Oh, wild ball. Mohammad Nabi wild ball. He's looking for the single. Not allowed to get it. It's still a good over. 8 from it. The Jaffna Kings, 2 overs and 19 for no loss.
Tap, TikTok. Non-stop TikTok ganna TikTok data plan. Dina 7ක් සඳහා රුපියල් 115ක් සහ දින 30ක් සඳහා රුපියල් 385ක් පමණයි. අදම ඇක්ටිවේට් කරගන්න. SLT Mobitel. එකම එක සබඳියාව.
අම්මයි තාත්තයි විතරක් නෙවෙයි. දැන් අපේ සීයත් ගෙවන්න හෙළකුරුවලින් ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වෙන් රටම සවිපල ගන්නන අපේම හෙළකුරු.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water-repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක. Unlimited blaster.
මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
For this Lanka Premier League, plenty of them. Yeah, another spin option. The captain have taken, looking for early breakthrough.
Yeah, spin in operation from both ends now. Mickey Arthur, it would be a waste to have somebody of your wealth of knowledge, not as a commentator, but as a coach. Your thoughts on the spinners coming on now, and maybe after that, what you would have said to the batsman coming out trying to get this total.
Ermi Tart is back in. He's back in. Sikige Prasanna looks as if he's down. The batsman's down. Everything's happening there. Shorter hits off the back foot by Vishka. Sikige Prasanna's hit the deck. Gurbaz has hit the deck. I'm not sure what's going on. But just to come back to that point, I think with both these batsmen, pace off the ball is definitely the way to go. Oh, he doesn't look in good shape. He looks as if he's battling with his knee. Second time it's happened. If we have a look in his follow through, oh, it's just buckled away there. That did not look good. Not look good at all. He seems to be up and running. This will be really bad for Colombo Kings if he can't get through his over, because he is the one guy that can genuinely turn the ball on this pitch.
Yeah, but this man in the picture has been phenomenal. Yeah, he moves around the crease to manipulate the field, and he has the ability to walk across and hit the balls from wide of the off stump to the leg side. Innovation, improvisation, name it whatever you like. He's been mighty effective against the pace and also the spin, and he doesn't mind hitting the ball aerial, and that has been his strength.
What I like about what we've just seen is, yes, he's very happy to move around the crease, manipulate the bowler's lines and lengths, but when the ball is delivered, he's very still. Eyes level, and that's what allows him to then execute the strokes well balanced. He's going to see if he can carry on here. He could go Prasanna, but he's not in a good space. He really isn't.
And remember, he couldn't play a couple of games because of that knee injury. It was a forced comeback because his side was down and out. He did contribute on his comeback, but the injury keeps on coming back to him.
This is a massive risk asking him to try and finish this over, because he bowls a couple of bad balls here. Gurbaz gets hold of him. It could be the game almost in terms of them getting away to a fantastic start.
Yeah, he's gone. There's a man back. Oh, unbelievable. He took the catch, but the momentum of his body took him over the boundary and he couldn't get it back in. Great catch though.
And sigh of relief for Gurbaz. Did you see? He took a bit of chance on that occasion. Gurbaz got the elevation, but how good was that effort? How good was he? Excellent effort in vain.
What an incredible take that was. Gurbaz going again, another boundary here. That's 10 and 2 balls. He shouldn't be bowling. CSvsJK Prasanna should not be bowling, because this could be the over.
I was just going to say the ball before that, Mickey. I think Ramanullah Gurbaz has decided this is an opportunity for us to take advantage and get a big over. And that's short. He really is struggling, CSvsJK Prasanna. And he knew that all I need to do is just get it over that man at 45. I really just need to have a stop and think about this now.
This is surprising. After delivering the last ball, Prasanna went to the captain and said, I won't be able to finish the over. But the captain persisted that he should, but eventually made the right call.
Yeah, after conceding 10 runs. It's effectively cost them 10 runs. Now the bowler that they used might have gone for a couple, but Gurbaz knew what he was doing. He targeted this over. Run rate required down to 7.73 because of those 2 balls that have gone for 6 and 4.
Yeah, he obviously was trying to give of his best for the team, CSvsJK Prasanna. Sometimes tough decisions have to be made. Easy to say in hindsight, yes, but it was mentioned before. These are the 2 boundaries now. First one was a great catch taken, unfortunately went over the boundary. Benny Howe, and then that one, pretty simple, just needed to push it behind square over the man at 45. And the over now has gone for 11. Still a couple of balls to be bowled in the over. Ravi Bopara will come and finish off that over. Again, you can see the clear plan here, taking pace off the ball early.
I think this is the right option. Initially, they were thinking of bowling Drakes. That's their frontline bowler. And having him for just 2 deliveries wasn't the right idea. What those 2 deliveries meant was Drake bowled 1. But it's been a rollicking start for the Jaffna Kings.
Oh, that's down the leg side. I think it's going to be leg byes. Now, big chase for Drakes. And we'll pull it up. They'll get a couple.
Yeah, Gurbaz is having a roaring time out there in the middle. At the moment, it's gone like a runaway train. Unstoppable.
No prizes for guessing what's going to be bowled next year, gentlemen. Clearly going down the leg side. Now, big appeal from the wicketkeeper. And the umpire says, no bat on ball, gentlemen. It's the end of the 3rd over. Jaffna Kings off to a flyer. It's 32 for none.
Christmas Colombo 2022.
දෙසැම්බර් 20 වෙනිදා සිට 28 වෙනි දින දක්වා සවස 4 සිට අලුයම 2 දක්වා නෙළුම් කුළුණ පරිශ්‍රයේදී.
More love, more fun. Ritsbury Chocomo.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. දෙලඳපලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Lokka. ඔබ කැමතිම ඇප් නමයට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
32 for none. Great start. Nabi will continue. Just the one over he bowled in the power play prior to today. He's into a second already. This partnership in just 19 balls up at 33. Vishka and Ramanola have had 2 century partnerships already this season. Strike rate of 164. So this partnership needs to be broken quickly.
And for that, you need to pitch the ball within the stumps. Find the right length.
That's used by the fact that he's using the crease so well. He's putting it going outside leg stump. He's moving around a little bit, and that one, and Nabi just pushes into the pads, clips it away for 1. We have a look at this one. Oh, Mohammad Nabi trying to get it outside the reach of Ramanala Gubaz because he knew he was giving himself room outside leg stump. The 2 Afghanistan boys having a little bit of joke amongst themselves.
He's got some strike. Novishka eventually. Oh, and he's gone. There's a man back, and he'll have to ask the crowd to pop the ball back into the field of play. The Jaffna Kings are on fire.
Yeah, he's looking to match the ambience of Vishka, which has been created by Gurbaz. He said, if you can do it, I can do it better. Doing the entire expanse of the ground. That hit.
We see a change of field here. Mid-wicket coming over into the offside means that I think Mohammad Nabi's going to change his line. He's going to go a little bit wider. Avishka Fernando will try and counter this by going outside leg stump.
The arm ball, and it's deflected away. Come back for a couple. Oh, there's a misfield. They might come back for 3. And they do.
Yeah, to be able to play those strokes, you need to access the ball early. And you need to be in a good position to use that deft touch. Use the pace quite nicely, Avishka. Well, the way these two are batting, they need something special to dismiss them, that's for sure. They are pouncing on every opportunity to hit the ball over the boundary line. Another boundary of the over. This has been a good over for them.
Yeah, it's running away from the Colombo Stars, unfortunately, at the moment. Ramanola Gurbaz again, just giving himself a bit of room so he can access that offside field. Outfield is lightning fast. Once it's through the circle, it's a boundary. Single to end the over. This is good cricket all round. It's the end of the 4th over. 1 short of 50. 49 for none.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. දෙලඳපලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Cheese රසට යාළුව සෙට් එක ස්මයිලි බෙදනවා. Cheese buttons රස දැනුනම කොයි කවුරුත් පට වෙනවා. මංචි රස බලකායේ cheese buttons දැන් අලුත් වෙලා. අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta dialogue fun blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Brand Week. A week for professionals.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water-repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Will they like a Jaffna Kings Manhattan? 49 for none. They've had the top 3 scores after 4 overs in the competition. 53 and 54 the other 2. Oh, now that's in the air. It's an opportunity for Kasun Rajita, and he takes the catch. Now Gurbaz will be annoyed because the shot was on. Looks like it's just held on the surface, and because of that didn't go onto the bat, and he got the bottom edge. But he's given his team a fantastic start.
Yeah, pace off really worked for Benny Howe, and he cramped the batsman on that occasion. That was the reason why he wasn't able to flat bat the ball. Now that's a fantastic start. Gurbaz looked very threatening, scored 36 of 18 deliveries, 49 for 1.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphenes don't paint.
සැබවින්ම අන්ලිමිටඩ් ප්ලෑන් එක අන්ලිමිටඩ් ලාස්ටර් මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
SLT මොබිටෙල් මොබයිල් නන් ස්ටොප් ලොක්කා ඔබ කැමතිම ඇප් 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් ඩේටා.
බඩගින් මායම් බිඳින්න Witsbury Black Magic. සැබවින්ම අන්ලිමිටඩ් ප්ලෑන් එක අන්ලිමිටඩ් ලාස්ටර් මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
He was running away with it, scoring it 200, 36 and 18, brings young Afif Hussain to the wicket. That 54 was in his debut match in the LPL. Hasn't scored much since then, but what a world of talent he's got.
And after the dismissal of Gurbaz, the Colombo Stars can breathe a bit.
Yeah, it's well bowled. We know what Benny Howell's going to bring to the table. That almost brushed the bat, didn't it?
Get a slip in. Another wicket here. It's going to bring a lot of pressure on the opposition batting side. Oh, well watched.
Benny Howell, trick of all trades here. He's got them all. Change of pace, back of the hand, everything. Well played there, Fif going forward. This over's just changed the whole momentum as we see pace off again. Gurbaz not getting his way through the ball. Weight back. Good catch that, running back there from Kasun Rajita.
Yeah, he's annoyed because, as I said, it was there to hit. Oh, that's wide. On the leg side, they don't need any extras at the moment, dude. The Colombo Stars.
And Benny Howell doesn't have to variate that much. A fresh batsman at the crease. Just try and land the ball in the right areas. String those dot deliveries. And that will bring pressure on the Vishka, who's the senior partner now.
It's well bowled. Very well bowled. Look at that, 91.6 kilometers. I thought the first 202 and 101 were quite slow themselves. And I think this is the way to go. You really do just need to get pace off the ball. Try and force the batsman to play the shots, and that's what happened. To get rid of Ramanullah Gurbaz.
But it's a good start though. 50 already on the board.
Hussain. Portugal coming back for 2. So tonight's not the first time he's got him out, Benny Howell, this season. This was earlier in the competition as well. Very similar dismissals. Pace off the ball outside the off stump. Gurbaz having to reach for them, trying to go over the top. Very good. Benny Howell. A bit of shape on that one. And a good over. Very good over. A wicket. Just 2 runs. 51 for 1.
කරගෙන අපි දවස ගෙවනවා ලුණු රටාවට අනියන් කික් එක ෆුල් හැපනින් වෙනවා මංචි රසබලකායේ අනියන් බිස්කට්ස් දැන් අලුත් වෙලා
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles Spicy වෙනසට සෙට් වෙන්න
ජීවිතේම ජර්නි එකක් ගෑව පාට පාට. හැබැයි මම තමයි මගේ ලයිෆ් එකේ නැවිගේටර්. ෆ්‍රී එකේම පාවෙනකොට life is like magic. Apple වගේ simple නේ ජීවිතේට logic. හෙළදේව ice day ඕන වෙලාවක set වෙන drink එක.
SLT Mobitel mobile non-stop ලෝකා. ඔබ කැමතිම app 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
51 for 5. Correction, 51 for 1 after 5. Jason 113 required in 90 balls. Kasun Rajitha is brought back into the attack. Usually very good at the top, picking up wickets. 11 runs off his first over, and Angelo Matthews opting to take him off. He's the one who set the trend. And the other bowler who's been brilliant in the power plays, we haven't seen yet. Suranga Lakmal. Not amongst the wickets, but in terms of economy, these two have really set the tone for the Colombo Stars. Afif has a wild swing.
It's been a strange kind of start for Afif Hussain. He's played 6 deliveries for 1 run. That last one he attempted a swing. Otherwise, he's been looking to play forward defensively. Some kind of respite for the Colombo Stars bowlers. They've pulled it back a little bit. Last 2 overs, Benny Howell just conceding 2 runs now. Dot balls here from Rajitha.
Taking the pace off nicely. They've seen what they need to do. It's going to be hard. Off to a fly, yes, the Jaffna Kings. But these middle overs, navigating that with the pace being taken off the ball, it's going to be crucial.
And also losing out CSvsJK with 3 overs in hand. How big effective that going to be? Playing as the lone spinner, yes, Mohammad Nabi comes in there as well in place of Jeffrey Vandersay. CSvsJK comes into this team. So that's where I think Angelo Matthews has got his work cut out. How to use his bowlers. And also in the middle overs, we saw how well the 3 spinners of Jaffna put on breaks on Colombo Stars scoring rate. How Angelo Matthews is going to cope up with these plans?
Well, Howell is showing what can be done. Ravi Bopara is the other option. Will take the ball, the pace off and bowl a bit of this and that. In terms of spinners, Prasanna is off. That will leave the part-time bowling or off-spin of Charit Asalanka. Mentioned Lakmal's not been into the attack yet. Deep point, deep square leg, 2 in the deep.
See, in terms of spin, Russell, I think the problem for the Colombo Stars are that we did see turn when the Laika Jaffna King bowlers bowled. Well, Lalage got turn. There was turn from the spinners, but see, the Colombo Stars are struggling in that aspect. CSvsJK doesn't really spin the ball much. He hurries on. Navi doesn't spin it. He slides on the occasional. He doesn't really spin it that much. So that is going to be an issue for me.
Last ball of the power play. Straight to the fielder. Good over. Just the single of the 6th over. 52 for 1, the Jaffna Kings.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles. Original equipment manufacturer approved. Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Whether it's the last slice of pizza you've been eyeing or the cheer and warmth of a job well done, you see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක unlimited blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
Rajitha and Benny Howell in the last few overs. Last couple of overs have done so well. Kumara Dharmasena Signalling the end of the power play. 4 fielders in the circle now. He spread the field, Matthews. He knows it's about choking the opposition. It's about trying to force the batters to create pace, take chances. It's a final, remember. 163 is a big score because of the pressure. Apish, but safe.
Benny Howell has been a revelation, isn't he? The way he bowls, the pace he takes off, the variety that he throws. And even that last ball, I thought there was a hint of movement back into the left-hander. And 7 balls for just 3 runs. So important from a Colombo Stars point of view to just make sure that they build those dots.
Bit of this, bit of that from Howell. So hard to decipher.
Power play patch coming up. Ramla Gurbaz, the first couple of deliveries, 4 and a 6. The ball rolling for the Jaffna Kings. A couple of massive hits against Mohammad Nabi. This was a brilliant effort in the end by Benny Howell, not good enough. And this was Ramla Gurbaz nicely caught by Kasundar at that mid-off.
The slight knock on allows the batters to come back for 2.
And this is what Colombo Stars cannot afford to be doing. Giving that extra runs in the field. They just need that, the X factor. A brilliant catch, a brilliant run out just to get the teams going again. We all know Jaffna Kings bat really deep and some experience to come in. Every run matters.
16 balls since the last boundary. 15 balls, 6 runs. Since the dismissal of Ramnullah Gurbaz. Avishka Fernando, he'll look to bat deep. He's been in great form, the leading run scorer of LPL 2022. He's got to make sure ambassadors or the Lanka Premier League, 2 of them there. Director of the Lanka Premier League as well as chairman of IPG Group. Oh dear, he plucks it out. Angelo Matthews makes no mistake. Sticking in the pitch. The Colombo Stars, they are now on top.
Angelo Matthews, the lead there. For a moment, I thought it's going to be over his head. As I mentioned about the ball being grippy, that was an off cutter by Benny Howell. Oh, brilliant.
Well, Afif, he certainly didn't look himself the way he batted. He struggled, never really got going, and eventually an excellent catch ending his innings. Out for 3, 56 for 2.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
Christmas Colombo 2022.
දෙසැම්බර් 20 වෙනිදා සිට 28 වෙනි දින දක්වා සවස 4 සිට අලුයම 2 දක්වා නෙළුම් කුළුණ පරිශ්‍රයේදී
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodle. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop ලොක්කා. ඔබ කැමතිම app 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodle. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න. සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක. Unlimited blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
Sadira Samaravikrama, 253 runs, a best of 62. Now he's been very good for the Kings. Sticking in the pitch through the shot too early. Angelo Matthews times the jump to perfection. Benny Howell's got 2 now. Bit of pressure on the Kings. The game's changing. Oh, how about that to get off the mark? Ends the 7th, 57 for 2.
Party mode, they go on karagena api dawasa gewana ba. Lulu rata වෙලාවට onion kick එක full happening වෙනවා. මංචි රසබලකායේ onion biscuits දැන් අලුත් වෙලා.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
ඩාලාස් මුල්කයට එකතු වෙන්න. ඔබට සැනසෙන්න. සිත්සේ තෝරන්න. ඔබේ ඩාලාස් සොයාගන්න.
2 wickets fallen. Shoaib Malik, Tisara Pereira, Dunit Wellalage. Minutes after that, it's the bowlers. Wonderful to see Matthews leaping in the air. Great atmosphere here in Colombo. We've missed it for a bit.
Yeah, wonderful crowd, isn't it, Russell? And it's great to see them almost a near full house.
Talking about spinning options, well, Matthews forced to go here. Charita Salanka. Nicely played. This is the partnership for the Kings. They need to get closer. Back till about the 12th, 13th. Negate whatever threat the spin might offer. Shoaib Malik, he's going to be key too, and he's a man for the finals. A big game player who makes a difference.
Definitely man of big occasions. Not riding off Sadira Samarakrama either. He has been in red hot form for Jaffna Kings. Ever since he got his break, he's been brilliant. And that's where I think one of these players got to play that aggressive role when time comes. I reckon that should be Sadira Samarakrama and get Avishka Fernando to drag the program deep as possible.
Gets in hand, get closer. And then see what happens from there. Key is not to try to be a hero too early. One of those games, ball slower off the pitch. How Angelo Matthews would wish if he could have a frontline spinner available. The leading spinner, Sikuge Prasanna, hobbled off after a few deliveries. The second time he had the same injury, or this, it was just an action replay what happened to him today.
They would have loved to have had a Vandersen. He would have been really handy. He's slowing it down. He's really slowing it down. Look at that last delivery. He's in the low 80s. He's slowing it down. He's getting some grip, and he's bowling that leg stump line, middle and leg. Samaravikrama struggling to reach.
Oh, big turn, big turn. The first time we're seeing turn in the Lanka Premier League this year.
As slow you bowl, it's going to be tough. Tisara Pereira, the toss said dew might be a factor. I'll tell you what, it was downstairs during the break. There was absolutely no dew at all. And I think it'll be tougher if the bowlers keep bowling slower. And the run rate, without knowing, it's going to shoot up. 8 gone, 62 for 2.
ඔක්තෝබර් 30ක දක්වා රුපියල් බිලියනයක් වටිනා ලොයල්ටි ඩේටා GB මිලියන 20ක් නොමිලේ. SLT Mobitel එකම එක සබැඳියාව.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Brand Week, a week for professionals.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Badagin Maya Bidinna, Ritzbury, Black Magic.
2 runs needed. Ravi Bopara, the hero with the bat. Can he deliver with the ball? He's another bowler who can take the pace off, bowl a few cutters, off cutters, leg cutters maybe.
I've seen him bowl split finger, slow ball and the leg cutters, and ball coming from behind the wrist. I've not seen him much bowling in the cutters. And that's where this pitch demands a bowler. Bowls slower through the air and roll cutters.
Clever, nicely played. Runs away, so that's a welcome boundary. 25 balls ago, that's over 4 overs ago, that the Kings were able to score a boundary when Gurbaz was there.
Yeah, smart batting. There's a big gap at short fine leg. And Samaravikram, as soon as he saw that slow ball into the pitch and shot, he didn't try to hammer it, he just wanted to place it. And in the end, got it really fine.
Gives it nothing, Ravi. Just the length working for Samaravikrama.
And also that delivery.
Short fine leg now, no short mid wicket.
Oh, too good, too good. How good was that? 4 more. 2 boundaries to transfer the pressure. I like that little wink as well.
Yeah, clever batting, really clever batting. Paddle and just waiting. He had the presence of mind. He saw that. And that delivery just helped him to play, just guided it. Just look at this. Yeah, he's just trying to bowl the knuckle ball and he just ran it down to third man deliberately. Clever work.
Off the blade, that too. This way I think Ravi Gopara, as I said, is not renowned for his bowling cutters. He's going to bowl between the slow balls. Maybe playing into Jaffna's hands.
He's looking very calm and just what you need at this stage. The couple of shots that he did play.
Looks well in control. Composed, knows job in hand. Trying to place it and time it. That's where Sadira Samaravikrama is at his best.
Yeah, 2 wickets fell. And a bit of calmness was required. Now the full toss. Oh, he's missed out. He's missed out.
Just look at the equation, 94 of 68. Jaffna should consider themselves to be favourites at this stage. They should be really, really backing themselves to win this game, though there's still a lot of cricket left.
Oh dear, that's a poor delivery. The 2 boundaries and then there was a couple of dots. Again, that pressure relieved. I'm talking about how calm a batter needs to be. Samaravikrama, the shots that he's choosing to play, the effect he will have even on his partner.
And so far, expensive over. 10 runs. This good batting. Avishka Fernando understands the situation demands him to drag this game forward.
Yeah, you've got the 2 boundaries. Now you've got to make sure you don't play any dot balls. That's how you get closer. 1 ball more, and I believe it will be a timeout. You can reassess. And then go from there. Little quicker, which is easier to maneuver. Well, Colombo Stars were 74 for 1 after 9. The Jaffna Kings are 74 for 2. End of 9. And it's the timeout.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Hi. Oh no. Huh? Hi.
සැබවින්ම අන්ලිමිටඩ් ප්ලෑන් එක අන්ලිමිටඩ් බ්ලාස්ටර් මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
Body life එක break up කරගෙන සල්සනතනවා ඕනේ වෙලාවක සල්ස රසට කට්ටියරොත් වෙනවා මංචි රස බලකායේ සල්ස බිස්කට්ස් දැන් අලුත් වෙලා
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop ලෝකා. ඔබ කැමතිම ඇප් 9ට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
අපේ අම්මා දැන් shopping ගියාම ගෙවන්නෙම හෙලකුරු ඇප් එකෙන්. ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වෙන් රටම සවිබල ගන්නන අපේම හෙළකුරු.
බඩගින් මායම් බිඳින්න. Ritsbury Black Magic.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Brand Week. A week for professionals.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphenes don't paint.
මූඩ් එක පොසිටිව් දවසම ෆන් බාරයි ලිමිට් නැති ෆ්‍රෙන්ඩ්ස් නැති ලෝකෙම සුන්දරයි ලයිෆ් එකත් ලෙමන් වගේ ස්වීට් සවර් මික්ස් එක්සයිට්මන්ට් එකක් හොයන්න ගත්තේ නැතොත් රිස්ක් අපි හෙන්නම ලකි ඕන දෙකට වෙන ෆික්ස් හෙලදිව් අයිස්තේ ඕන වෙලාවක සෙට් වෙන ඩ්‍රින්ක් එක
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
මැගී පපරේ ස්පයිසි චිකන් ෆ්ලේවර් නූඩල්ස් ස්පයිසි වෙනසට සෙට් වෙන්න. සැබවින්ම අන්ලිමිටඩ් ප්ලෑන් එක අන්ලිමිටඩ් බ්ලාස්ටර් මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
It might be a getaway from the routines of every day, or even a grand story of empowerment. You see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
It's a tough chase, 163 for 5 in a final on a pitch that's turning and bouncing, but well placed are the Laika's Jaffna Kings. Tremendous using the pace. This is the boundary banger wheel for Samara Vikrama in LPL 2022. He's played the ball late behind square, and that's where most of his runs come from.
Yeah, behind square, 60% just goes to show he's been using the pace what the bowlers have been giving to him. And also, he's not the modern day T20 cricketer who's going to go bang bang. He's using his brain, he understands his roles, understands his strength, and maximizing it and making sure he gets the job done. This is brilliant.
I'd also like to highlight the fact that Avishka Fernando playing the role of being the glue, 17 of 15. He's only faced 15 out of the 54 deliveries. Do not have the strike as much, it doesn't matter. It's about partnerships, and they really do need this partnership to go on for a while longer.
You spoke about Sathira Samaravikrama Maha. I think he's matured well now. When he started as a youngster, he was a little bit impetuous. He was in a hurry. But I think now, if you look at the way he plays, he has a good understanding.
Leg side-ish, intentionally went offside and flicked it over.
Yeah, that was poor bowling going down the leg side. Well, Colombo Stars can't afford this. Charit Asalanka, of course, is not a front liner. So he's bound to give you a few deliveries there, and that one was outside the leg stump, turning as well.
It was a freebie. If you get those done deliveries, you don't take a risk.
And a dot, you get that boundary. It calms the nerves. It allows you to push on for a little bit longer.
I'm with you, Roshan. Certainly, Sathira Samaravikrama. The last couple of years, I think he has matured a lot. I think he's ready now to come back and make his name in that big stage. And opening up there, I think the places will be off for him as well. A chance coming with the Indian tour coming up. So I reckon at the moment, you give the player a chance when he hits a purple patch. I think Sathira deserves a break now.
And for once, we agree. Hammers that, it's in the gap, and it's hit hard. 10 off the over. Also ends the 10th over, 84 for 2.
Dara's ලෝකයට එකතු වෙන්න. ඔබට සැරිසරන්න. සිත් තෝරන්න. ඔබේ Dara's සොයාගන්න.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
More love, more fun. Ritzbury Chocomo. අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
163 runs. Halfway through, if you're 84 for 2, you're on course. And another thing which the Jaffna Kings have done so well, they have kept abreast with the run rate. Yeah. Ever alert, this batsman Sadira. He's been very impressive in this LPL. Not only he has kept well, but whenever he had the opportunity with the bat, his contributions were hefty. Left arm round the stance, deft touch, into the gap, another boundary at the start of the 11th over.
See, one thing that the bowlers have really been up against is his outfield. Any shot in the gap gives you so much of value. Look at this. Just using the pace, third man just square, but it raced away to the boundary.
And the dew has freshened up. Not only the pitch, but also the outfield. The ball is travelling.
He always gets a bit of bounce, tends to bowl within himself. The last 30 balls, they're starting to kick on now. 37 runs and just 1 wicket. And that, look at that requirement, 76 and 58. That's very much within the Laika Jaffna Kings batters.
It is for sure. They've just got to keep this partnership going. They'll try and take it deep. They'll try and keep the intensities up. They'll try and run hard between the wickets, and then they should get in comfortably. I love this. I do like this angle here from Dominic Drakes to Ivishka.
Angelo Matthews is very experienced, isn't he? He knows when to attack and when to defend. But at the moment, I think he needs to attack the batters in order to pick up few wickets to make a comeback into this game, because at the moment, in my opinion, the control is with Jaffna Kings.
Spot on him, yeah. They need wickets to get themselves back in the game here.
See, I think one of the issues that Colombo Stars are faced with is the fact that CPK is gone off the field, but anyway, he's not a big turner. Tarit Asalanka has been pressed in to bowl his off spin. But if you look at the Jaffna Kings, they had spinners who turned the ball.
Yeah, he's just back in. Really well fielded. I think it was Dinesh Chandimal out there. Very well fielded. That would have been a massive moment in the game. Luckily, just back in.
Roshana just spotted. Was that your family witnessing the game? It means free passes and everything?
Don't ask me embarrassing questions.
Why are you blushing? Oh, nice. And great fielding. Akasu Chandimal, ever alert.
I've been impressed with him. I'll tell you, he has given his all to the Colombo Stars. And yeah, on the bounce, got his body behind it. Since given to open, I think he's blossomed.
That's his best position for me in the batting order. He has to open, because I think that's where you get the best out of him.
Last ball of the over. Now the gap between runs and balls, 20 at the moment, which is very manageable if you have 8 wickets in hand. Finish it strong. They'll only get a single. 6 runs off that over. It's 90 for 2.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water-repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
Maggie Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
Christmas Colombo 2022.
දෙසැම්බර් 20 වෙනිදා සිට 28 වෙනි දින දක්වා සවස 4 සිට අලුයම 2 දක්වා නෙළුම් කුළුණ පරිශ්‍රයේදී
බඩගිනි මායම් බිඳින්න Whitesbury Black Magic.
Just going separating. They were hugging each other at one stage, but the pink worm now looking to ascend, which tells you where the Jaffna batters are at the moment. And Manji Kome, one of the partners of the Mazaplay.net Lanka Premier League. Benny Howell is back. Oh, what a shot that is, short and wide at that pace. That is meat and drink.
Yeah, what has impressed me when it comes to Samra Vikrame, the control with which he has batted throughout this LPL. He never looked rushed, relied on cricketing strokes, never airy-fairy, just maneuvered that length. And he has become a reliable batsman. Samra Vikrama.
Oh, 2 in 2. 2 in 2. This is a little bit too easy.
Yeah, at that pace, you can't afford to bowl short outside off stump with your third man up. There's just no future in that. He's got to put his line a little bit straighter. Just to pick your point up on Samra Vikrama, he's been very calm. He's been very controlled with his batting. For me, he has been outstanding this whole competition. Just by his awareness, his game plans, strategies, he's run hard between wickets. Technically, he's been outstanding. He seems all-round package. And I heard our commentators before talking about perhaps going to India. I think he looks at the package now. I think he's ready.
Yeah, whenever he came out to bat, even on his comeback, never looked rushed. Never looked rushed. Just played the ball on its merit. Kept on maneuvering the length. His footwork has been outstanding. Yeah, he's the one for future.
Avishka Fernando. He's been doing his bit at the other end. He's got a role to play because Samra Vikrama is striking at 170, so Avishka is not rushed at all. He can afford to play those dots. But on the subject of Samra Vikrama, he started off as a youngster with the potential that we've seen, the promise. But I think the maturity has come in a little bit late. He's now 27, but I think he is ready now to take that next step.
Yeah, that's where the selectors falter. They rush the player. They need to see all the aspects of a batsman or a wicketkeeper or a fast bowler or a spinner, and then throw them in the deep end. But if you rush a player, the player is bound to struggle.
The 100's up. They'll want a second, but they'll be happy with one. 10 of the over. They're doing it easily. 100 for 2 in 12.
TikTok non-stop TikTok යන්න TikTok data plan දින 7ක් සඳහා රුපියල් 115ක් සහ දින 30ක් සඳහා රුපියල් 385ක් පමණයි. අදම ඇක්ටිවේට් කරගන්න. SLT Mobitel එකම එක සබඳියාව.
Hi. Oh no. Huh? Huh? Hi.
Maggie Papare spicy chicken flavor noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
Well, Avishka Fernando on 28 of 27. It's a very subdued Avishka. Samra Vikrama 29 of 17. We're going to see Drake's continuing. And Sri Lanka cricket is going to be richer with this man getting back into full fitness. Slices it. Don't forget he was out with injury, a knee injury for a very long time. Missed that World Cup as well. Now he is back. You speaking, you You're showering praises on Sadira Samaravikrama, so it's very encouraging from a Sri Lankan point of view to see such players firing.
Augurs well for the Sri Lankan cricket. It really does. Yeah, he just said he's been subdued, Avishka. For me, he was given a role. He was given a job by the captain. That's how you're going to bat. And if a batsman starts to respond like that, it means the batsman has matured. He's found his game. He has become reliable. Yeah, he's been very impressive. Another player, Avishka.
Really good to see Avishka back after injury, as you say, Roshan. He adds so much depth to the Sri Lankan batting lineup. We see Samaravikrama getting it down to third man. It'll be another one. Just in terms of, he has the ability to bat. He's quite technically correct. He has the ability to hit balls, particularly over extra cover and over square leg, very, very well. He's just the complete package, and I think he will just get better and better as his fitness comes back. So yeah, you're right. It does all go well for Sri Lankan cricket and their batting.
Another find of this LPL is Siobhan Daniels. Very impressive young batsman. In the air, but into the gap. Good running. Took 3 runs. Yeah, coming back to Siobhan Daniels, one suggestion: he shouldn't be rushed in. He should be given at least 2 first-class seasons to find his game and improve as a batsman.
They're checking in the boundary here. CSvsJK out on the fence. Yeah, he looks as if he's done that well. Unless that ball comes... No. Really good. Great piece of fielding, CSvsJK. Just to get back on Siobhan Daniels, I was really impressed with him. First time I'd worked with him, I'd actually seen him at Derby for a Sri Lanka under-19 get 150 against England under-19. As we see Samaravikrama hit this one down the ground for 1. He got 150, a very, very good knock. And then some of the innings I saw him play in this LPL were superb. You go back to the Gaul game where he got on the back foot, hit Wahab Riaz for 2 incredible sixes, but balls just back of a length. For a guy so young, I think he has tremendous ability.
That's going wide that time. Yeah, I mean that's true, because he is impressed. For someone as young as he is, and looking at these 2 batters, Avishka Fernando now on top of the tree in terms of runs. Samaravikrama at number 3. Chandimal at second. Not really too much of a gap between 2 and 3, but Avishka Fernando, the only player who's passed the 300-run mark, and what a tournament he's had so far.
With those 320 runs, he's the contender. Player of the tournament. Still going, Avishka. Just nudging the ball into the gaps, making sure the scoreboard is ticked. 13 done, it's 108 for 2.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Aquaproof 7-in-1. Unparalleled benefits in one high-performing waterproofing paint with water-repellent property. Nippon Paint, the coatings expert.
ඔක්තෝබර් 30ක දක්වා රුපියල් බිලියනයක් වටිනා loyalty data GB මිලියන 20ක් නොමිලේ. SLT Mobitel, එකම එක සබෙදියාව.
More love, more fun. Ritsbury Chocomo.
So let's look at the bowling resources and figures. Rajitha has done well. He went for a few in the first over, but he came back. Nabi going at 12.5. Prasanna just couldn't complete the over. Now brings me to the question. Nabi comes back. We've seen the ball grip a bit. We've seen the ball turn. But one thing that I need to try and understand. Sweet. I want to pick you, gentlemen's mind here. let me start with the former Pakistan captain and then I'll come to you. Now we got Suranga Lakmal in this team. Now we know that pace off the ball seemed to be the way forward. But he has the experience, he hasn't bowled here.
To answer your question, it's quite simple. What was the main reason for Colombo Stars to find themselves in the finals? That swing bowling, that usage of the new ball. And once you are forced to move away from your strength, you struggle, Roshan.
Yeah, I'll just reiterate that. I think we saw pace off the ball, and it was clearly their matchups against the two openers of Avishka and Gurbaz. But their strength had been the fact that Rajita and Lakmal had been so good up front. Again, as we see Avishka come down the wicket, down to long on. So what they did do, and they were very clear that they obviously wanted to go with pace off, and that's okay if that's a strategy, as we see Suranga Lakmal in the picture, and he hasn't bowled yet. They're just saving his overs, hoping for Derbyshire this year, but I would have used him.
Huge. I think it's gone the distance. Nabi just tossing it up, slowing it down, but Samar Vikrama, it went off the bat very, very quickly.
He took calculated risk there, didn't he? Samra Vikrama, he knows that Nabi fires the ball. He used that arm delivery. He backed away from the leg stump and flat batted it for 6 runs. Once again, very impressive, very impressive. And then he knew the next one is just going to back off the length, and he was ready for it.
Really clever batting, outsmarting your opponent. He's done that a few times. Where would Colombo Stars pick up a wicket from? I mean, I can't see that wicket-taking bowler. It's 121 for 2.
Whether it's a possibility of something new or that playful moment between the two of you. You see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
In the over, Amar Vikrama is closing in on a strike rate of 200 with 190. He's hit 6 fours and a 6, 13 runs in the over. He's taking on the spinners. Of course, Nabi's different style. He tends to fire the ball in. He doesn't really searches for spin, unlike most others.
And with minimum of risk. And how well he's been rewarded. Risks and rewards. He's done the opposite. No risks and he's been rewarded. Samra Vikrama. Single to finish the over. 14 done, 122 for 2.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
ගැමෙන් බැස්සම ග්‍රවුන්ඩ් එකට නෑ වෙන දෙයකට ඉඩ මයින්ඩ් එකේ. ක්‍රවුඩ් එකක් වෙන කොහින්ද චියර් එක ඇහෙනවා වගේ ක්‍රවුඩ් එකේ. දිනලා මිසක් නවතින්නේ නැහැ ලෝකෙම. ඒ තමයි ගෝල් එක ලයිෆ් එකේ. එළදීප් අයිස් දේ. ඕනේ වෙලාවක සෙට් වෙන ඩ්‍රින්ක් එක.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
කැලිප්සෝ මික්ස් එක ඕනේ වෙලාවක නැගලම යනවා. කැලිප්සෝ එක්කලා යූත් එකම කුල්මත් වෙනවා. හදවාදින මාංචි රස බලකාය නවතම රසය. කැලිප්සෝ බිස්කට්ස්.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphanes don't paint.
Well, finally he's made his presence rather belatedly at the bowling crease.
It goes to shows that everybody listens to you, Roshan.
It's good to know. Right away, doesn't carry really. He doesn't bowl as quickly as he used to do. Starts off within himself.
One should avoid getting the wrong side of you. Very dangerous.
You're right.
Roshana Bisinge.
I'm glad you know that.
Interesting there, Saranga went slow ball first ball, which means clearly they've assessed conditions, which shows why he obviously didn't take the new ball. I still think his best chance of getting wickets was when he's swinging the brand new Kookaburra. So, you know, you could sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Again, you could see that he's looking to roll his fingers. He's bowling cutters, bowling into the pitch. Now 2 deliveries.
Yeah, he's picked up wickets. Suranga Lakmal. Oh, how well this boy has played. Very impressive. Deft touches. And he showed us the ability that he can top the ball too.
The wicket-keeper stood up as well, but Suranga Lakmal is looking to take pace off the ball. He is definitely looking to try and bowl those cutters.
But why? Always good to watch in bat, Samra Vikrama. You know, if he's bowling those slow deliveries, it means that he's afraid. He's afraid. He's not bowling with a big heart. And that was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. Just a matter of time.
Very, very good shot. Just a little bit short there from Suranga Lakmal. Allowed Avishka to play the shot. Short. Don't get time. He just gets into a power position and hits it through the offside. But he's just bowled cutters every ball. I'd like to see him go seam up, go pace on, because that's his strength.
I'm with you, Mickey. That's the right call. They need a wicket. They're not looking for dot deliveries.
See, I think the problem has been that he's just bowled every delivery into the pitch. This is that last ball, gave himself room, plenty of time, and there is no cover on the offside, and we've spoken about how good this outfield is. Yeah, I agree with you, Mickey. Had he mixed it up, you bowl the cutters, but you also pace on, but this is a little bit too predictable.
That's the best chance for wickets, and they need wickets now.
Another one. A base taken. Angelo Matthews. Tumbling catch. Well, the Colombo Stars have found another wicket. Is it a little bit too late in the day is the question. Sadira Samaravikrama has to take that long walk back. Another look. Again, pace off the ball. Fingers rolled on top of it. Excellent catch by Matthews. Hard, very well taken. Samaravikrama looked good, 44 of 27, 128 for 3.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphanes don't paint.
App තුනටම ඇති වෙනකන් data. SLT Mobitel Triple Buddy.
Life boy ඊතරම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල. රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
ජීවිතේම ජර්නි එකක් ගෑව පාට. හැබැයි මම තමයි මගේ ලයිෆ් එකේ නැවිගේටර්. ෆ්‍රී එකේම පාවෙනකොට life is like magic. Apple වගේ simple නේ ජීවිතේට logic. හෙළදීප් ice day. ඕන වෙලාවක set වෙන drink එක.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialog Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
Malik, wealth of experience in T20 competitions all around the world. Best of 35 in the 10 Lanka Premier League matches that he's played. That's the last man to go. Samarukma, he's played well. 27 balls for us 44. Well appreciated by this massive crowd that's come out to watch the Season 3 final.
And didn't he bat well? In that partnership, what stood out for me was that Avishka Fernando played second fiddle. He was happy to let Sadira Samaravikrama go, playing those shots, scored them quickly, but not a shot in anger. And I'm so glad to see his potential come out at last. And this man loves that. He's not trying to match shot for shot with his partners. Just what you want. 36 off 30 then.
He's been sensible, that's what he has been. And he's a man who's been in control with the bat throughout the competition. Ooh, slow ball.
I like to use the word authority for the knock of Sadira Samaravikrama. That's how good he was. The slow ball dipped. And Kasun Raditha, he can't believe himself. And in the end, I think Avishka Fernando did really well. Watched it really closely. Yeah, almost want to dug it and then thought it's going to dip. Got some bat.
The call was head. Oh dear. Yep. Eyes on the ball, always crucial. What can Colombo Stars do? That's the question. They've gone to 8 bowlers. They have a 9th. And that's the captain who used to open the bowling at early in the tournament. We haven't seen him in. After that, he can bowl some cutters. And then, of course, the wicket keeper and Dinesh Chandimal. Everyone else tried. Prasanna's injury was the big miss because he was the leading spinner. Part-timers will get something off it. But can you trust them? Can you trust them to really put pressure? You need that leader who they lacked.
And this way, Angelo Matthews is missing somebody who's going to take it away from the right-handers. Whether left-arm spinner or leg spinner. He's been crying for it. Unfortunately, with Sikri Prasanna's injury, he's not had that luxury.
The word on Kasun Raditha as well. You obviously he swings it early, but the slower deliveries, he's bowling at the death. Another massive improvement that we've seen. Raditha a couple of months ago came into the team as a replacement in the T20 World Cup.
Been tough going for Colombo Stars this evening. That bowling card just reflects how much they've tried to get wickets, give an opportunity to as many of the bowlers as they can. Of course, Prasanna didn't manage to finish his first over, struggling with that knee of his.
The last thing Colombo Stars wanted to see when Sadira Samaravikrama got out was become Shoaib Malik, the experience he carries for finishing games, and that too in big games. That's how well this Jaffna Kings has been right throughout the series.
Brilliantly punched. Oh God. Another injury. But that shot was one to watch again and again. This time he read it early, got into a good position, and a flick of the wrist. He waits,
Yeah, pure timing. That frizz coming through as well. All around the ground, outfield has been really fast. Hope young Dominic Drakes, with the shoulder injury what he had, not done any big damage to himself, just coming back after injury. Last thing you need latter part of the game is to have another injury.
Yeah, I think he just landed on that pelvis. Outfield's extremely fast, it's dry. Good to see him back on his feet. Right, just 4 overs remain now. Writing slowly on the wall. 137 for 3, 27 needed in the last 4 overs, and it's going to be time for a timeout.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතුරුම් ලොක්කා. වෙළඳපොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
අපේ තාත්තා දැන් ලියන්නෙත් හෙළකුරු වලින් ගෙවන්නෙත් හෙළකුරු වලින්. ස්කෑන් කළා ගෙව්වා.
සරලත්වෙන් රටම සවිපල ගන්වන අපේම හෙළකුරු.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න. සැබවින්ම unlimited plan එක. Unlimited blaster.
මාසෙටම රුපියල් 899ක් විතරයි.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Brand Week. A week for professionals.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Locker. ඔබ කැමතිම app නමයට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
It could be a feeling that brings you together, or even their passion to change the world. You see, joy is something you share with those you love and trust. And that is why we make banking enjoyable. HNB, a joy to bank with.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි. More love, more fun. Ritsbury Chocomo.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Brand Week. A week for professionals.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න. අලුත්ම TikTok සහ Insta Dialogue Fun Blaster. මාසෙටම රුපියල් 297ක් විතරයි.
The largest paint supplier of Japanese vehicles, original equipment manufacturer approved, Nax Premila 2K is the most premium quality auto refinishing solution you will ever need.
ජීවිතේම ජර්නි එකක් ගෑව පාට. හැබැයි මම තමයි මගේ ලයිෆ් එකේ නැවිගේටර්. ෆ්‍රී එකේම පාවෙනකොට life is like magic. Apple වගේ simple නෑ ජීවිතේට logic. හෙලදිව ice day ඕන වෙලාවක set වෙන drink එක.
ලයිෆ් බෝයි ඉතරුම් ලොක්කා වෙළඳ පොලේ අඩුම මිල රුපියල් 125කට පවුලටම ආරක්ෂාව.
Maggi Papare Spicy Chicken Flavor Noodles. Spicy වෙනසට set වෙන්න.
$163 for 5. Dennis Chandimal, Ravi Bopara once again in the runs, 49 and 47 out respectively. Jaffna Kings now require just 27 in the last 4 overs. This man has been magnificent with the bat once again. Vishka Fernando, constant run scorer in that batting lineup for the Kings throughout this competition.
They've been there before, they've done it before. They got a core group of players together over the 3 seasons. They know what they're doing. They tend to control games pretty well. That must be said. And even Tusra Pereira, though they had lost to Candy twice in the league, when they came up for the qualifier one, leading up to it, Tusra, the way he spoke about his team and put out the challenge to those remaining in the competition was brilliant. He wasn't bullish, he wasn't arrogant, he was just confident on the fact that he knows what his team is about. Derana Kandambi, coach through all seasons.
Yeah, Tisera has been outstanding as a leader. You've got to give him that. A couple of important innings where he's changed the course of the game for his team. Finishing off innings. He's taken the responsibility of taking the new ball. Got some crucial wickets there as well, but it's the captaincy in between that has really stood out for me.
Yes, the management needs a word in there, because I thought they managed their players better. Take Candy Falcons for example. Oh yes, too easy mid-off in the circle. It was only a matter of time. Shoaib Malik being Shoaib Malik.
And that's a good shot, a good option as well. Mid-off up. It was another off-cutter ball by Suranga Lakmal, but this occasion, Shoaib Malik to the pitch of the ball. Beautiful shot. Going through with the elbow. Classical Shoaib Malik.
Yeah, going back to the point I was trying to make, the Candy Falcons so good, the team to beat. But come the business end, players are falling off, everyone on one leg, whereas there were many games that the Jaffna Kings rested 3-4 bowlers, kept them going in there at full strength. Come the qualifiers, come the final, In tournaments like this with punishing schedules, that plays a huge part in the fortunes of where you end up.
Also, Jaffna Kings, the clarity of their own roles, the individual players. This was a 6 again by Shoaib Malik. Right in the middle of the bat. Beautiful execution of the follow-through. Right throughout the year, you mentioned about getting the core players retained. I think that's where the importance is. You get the core players right, you get the rest of the players assembled, and you go again. And that's where I think Jaffna Kings have done their homework spot on.
Oh, he's bowled him. He's gone across the line, Shoaib Malik. Too full, that delivery, to be playing the pull shot. And you can see by the manner in which he's kind of ducked down to try and get to the ball.
It was a premeditated stroke. Look at that. Straight away, going deep down. Previous delivery, Shoaib Malik was trying to come to the front foot. But this occasion, was thinking it's going to be short. Was expecting a different delivery, and in the end, all workhorse Suranga Lakma has the better of Shoaib Malik. Was gone for 10. Jaffna 146 for 4.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphanes don't paint.
SLT Mobitel Mobile Non-Stop Locker. ඔබ කැමතිම app නමයට ඇති වෙනකන් data.
Christmas Colombo 2022.
දෙසැම්බර් 20 වෙනිදා සිට 28 වෙනි දින දක්වා සවස 4 සිට අලුයම 2 දක්වා නෙළුම් කුළුණ පරිශ්‍රයේදී
against the run of play. Here's Dunit Wellalage. Been really good. Thought his spell in the mid-lowers was crucial along with Vyas Khan. They've done it time and time again, right through. Shoaib Malik sat deep. He was waiting for that. Just kind of skidded on to him a little quicker.
I didn't think it kept low. It's just that the length was too full to play that stroke.
Well, good to see some still believe. Ends the 17th, 147 for 4.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old. Slim Brand Week is the place to be. If you want to learn about the latest topics in marketing, come listen to international and local speakers dissect the hottest topics and network with the professionals on 11th, 12th and 13th of January at Water's Edge. Call our Sanka on 0711 112 255 for further details. Slim Brand Week, a week for professionals.
17 of 18. Avishka Fernando. How consistent has he been in playing that senior player's role? Chases can be tricky. 163 competitive score in these slower conditions. Mohammad Nabi in for his 4th over. Slight knock on. Allows Fernando to get across.
I tell you what, a clean pickup by Ravi Bopara would have had Avishka Fernando by a long way. This was Shoaib Malik again. Being a bit low, but not that. Just that expect him to play that stroke. In the end, castle by Suranga Lakma.
He's just missed it. The length, the type of shot, he knows where the gap is. Gets closer to another half century. It will be his 3rd in this LPL if he gets that other run. 7 in all LPL games. Off 16. They get closer to their 3rd win shot, 3rd point. They're creeping in. They expect the drop and run. Matthews, Bopara, Chandimal trying to force Wellalage to do something silly maybe, because Nabi He's bowling nude balls. Yes, yes, he pushes. No pace on it. Another wicket falls.
This is experience for you. Mohammad Nabi against a youngster. Hard hands. For Avishka Fernando, the pace was close to 103. And then the two deliveries were Dunit Vellalage faced. One was 78 and then the next one was 90, which is this one. Slower. And it turned a little bit, and the hard hands of Dunit Vellalage make sure it goes back to Mohammad Nabi. Experienced campaigner gets rid of the youngster Vellalage for 2. Jaffna 149 for 5.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old Slim Brand Week. A week for professionals.
It's the captain, Thisara Pereira. He'll play his shots. He hasn't had much batting to do this season, but he's got to make sure his team gets another 15 runs. The required rate, the strike rate, well within him. Straight away, Asalanka comes into slip. And there we go. Mohammad Nabi in his 4th over gets another one.
Perfect first delivery from Mohammad Nabi, making sure that he's pressing forward. Turns it into the onside. Will get a single wicket in that over. 3 from it. It's 14 required from 2. 150 for 5.
It's hard to keep up with the new when you're listening to the same old. Slim Brand Week is the place to be if you want to learn about the latest topics in marketing. Come listen to international and local speakers dissect the hottest topics and network with the professionals on 11th, 12th and 13th of January at Water's Edge. Call Asanka on 0711 112 255 for further details. Slim Brand Week, a week for professionals.
14 runs, that's what the Laikas Jaffna Kings need to make it 3 in 3. 12 balls. Can the Stars do something? Rangalakmal entrusted with the ball. Does Thisara Pereira leave it for the last over? Or is he going to beat Thisara Pereira and try and thonk it out of the ground?
He's got to beat Thisara Pereira, in my opinion.
There's only 3 in the circle, hence the delay. Matthews has suddenly realized he needs another one.
I was just about to say, it's Jaffna Kings spectators want not to go for the last over. That'll be too much pressure. You finish it off in this over.
Slower ball to start off with. He's not getting that. That's outside leg stump.
Yeah, I think it's the slow one. Pitches outside the leg stump. He knows it's Rangalakmal.
The young man knows it. Rangalakmal being a bit cheeky, he understands it. In the end, Kumar Dharmasena is too experienced for that.
No one at short mid-wicket, and hence that ever-favourite flick shot. Gets Avishka Fernando now on strike. The field for him. Short fine leg, point, extra cover mid-off, 4 in the circle. Fernando's on 49. If you can get him out now, what would that do to the game?
Tell you what, it'll make it super exciting. 2 new men in.
That's 50. Very, very well played. 42 balls, 4 fours and a 6. It's his 3rd. 7th in the LPL overall. Appreciated by his teammates. He needs to make sure The Kings get those 12 runs still required.
Yeah, great knock under pressure in the final. The team wants you to stand up, and exactly what Avishka Fernando does. Coming back after injury in this series, he has been brilliant.
One at short mid-wicket, big vacant areas, but it'll be the off-cutters that Suranga Lakmal bowls. With a bit of pace, and it's easier to knock down. Well, singles, the Stars will take it because then they go take the game into the last over. And who might bowl that last over? Is it Rajitha, Bopara, Howell, Drakes? These are the options.
I reckon it has to be either Rajitha or Howell. If you're trying to be a bit cuter, you can go Howell as well with those slow deliveries, because slow you bowl in this pitch, it's hard work for the batter to get underneath it and go for that big strokes. Yes, Kasun Rajitha will be bowling those Yorkers and slow balls. So I reckon bigger part, Angelo Matthews may be opting for Howell.
But boundary required this over. And he gets it towards square leg and finds the fielder. That's the wicket of Avishka Fernando.
Well, he's been sensible all throughout the innings. And what you said is what was in his mind. Get a boundary in this over, and we're almost over the line. Suranga Lakmal paced off it, angled into the leg stump. He's hit it, but he's hit it straight down the fielder's throat.
Right throughout this spell, Suranga Lakmal have been bowling these cutters, and this occasion too. And hence there was no pace for Avishka Fernando to get it underneath and go over mid-wicket or square leg. That's brilliant bowling by Lakmal, but Avishka Fernando, a magnificent 50 in the final. Jaffna, 153 for 6.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
Game on here at the R. Premadasa Stadium. 11 required of 8 balls, but it's Mahesh Deekshana who's come in. You can see the tense faces. He sliced that. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, here's an opportunity. Is Deekshana shot? It's going to be very close. Another wicket, an inch short. Now the pressure really on and the crowd come alive.
Is there a twist in the tail? All this time Jaffna Kings were riding, and you can see the pressure in the dugout. Dancing in the aisle, people are happy, and Mahesh Deekshana gone for 1, and Jaffna 154 for 7.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
Binura Fernando. He's got it over, it's 4. What a crucial boundary. Tremendous hit from Binura Fernando, which makes it 158 for 7 at the end of the 19.
Christmas Colombo 2022.
දෙසැම්බර් 20 වෙනිදා සිට 28 වෙනි දින දක්වා සවස 4 සිට අලුයම 2 දක්වා නෙළුම් කුළුණ පරිශ්‍රයේදී
Live bands, DJ music, Christmas carols, kids play area, international and local food and beverage, trade stalls. Organised by Sri Lanka Tourism.
මාධ්‍යානුග්‍රහය TV Derana සහ FM Derana.
6 runs required. The last over coming up. Geez, twisting and turning. We're going nowhere. This is the last 2 balls of the previous over. Tikshana.
And this was run out by Tikshana, going for the second one in there and shot by a long distance. The girl was crying. These are pure emotions. This is what you like to see in a game of sport. And this one, I told Tino, Bruno Fernando can smash it, and he did, and had the presence of mind to go over long off.
Rajitha to bowl the last over. Now, do they have to have 5 in the circle? Yes, they do. 20th over needed to start by 11:04 p.m. It's 11:07 here. That would mean they're penalized and they have to have an extra fielder in the circle. That could be an advantage.
It could be. Anyway, last over. 6 runs required. Rajitha to Tazara, the captain.
Matthews gets it over. That's 4.
Tell you what, the last 2 balls of the Colombo Stars, which is bowled by Suranga Lakmal, the last ball of the over, and this was 2 bad deliveries. It was right in the air, it was too full, right throughout the slow ball was into the pitch. And this occasion, look at that, that's too full. It either be full or shorter, and especially 4 fielders in the ring, and that's asking for big trouble.
Yeah, but that's the arc that he's weak. You don't want to be bowling straight and getting hammered for 6. He's trying to bowl it away, but he got just enough, and the outfield, of course, it does its job. It's fast. Here we go. He's got it in the air. Now who's coming underneath it? It's Benny Howell. Drakes. Another wicket falls. This time it's Tissara Pereira who's out. What a fantastic catch from Dominic Drakes.
This was much straighter, slower ball, and the length was shorter. The previous was full, hence went for a boundary. And under pressure, this young man, oh, what a catch.
Yeah, that ball went very, very high. It's come back down with stardust. But he steadied himself well under the ball and executed the catch. The captain, Tissara, was looking to finish it with 1 ball. It's a slow one. Fuller of length. He could have gone straighter.
And he's not watching. He's not watching. Kasun Rajitha just pulls his t-shirt over his eyes. And whoever thought that Dominic Drakes will get to it and hang on to it. That's outstanding stuff.
We have emotions everywhere.
Take a deep breath. Paint better, breathe better. Graphene Stone Paint.
Final, young Viaskan comes to the crease.
Oh, what a moment to come in. He's been brilliant with the ball. A wicket in every over. 16th, correction, 17th, 18th, 19th and the 20th. Let's have a look at the field. There are 7 in the circle now. Matthews trying to stop the drop and run.
Well, he's got to. He's got to do that. Long on. Sweeper on the offside. Backward square leg. And a deep mid-wicket. Those 2 about 15 metres off the boundary line. 2 runs required.
The boy from Jaffna on strike. Oh, it's a wide. And they run. Binura crawls through. That's the win. That's the win for Jaffna. 3 in 3. All enjoyed it. And a fitting end to a great tournament. Like our Jaffna Kings, they are the champions for the 3rd time.
They are the champions for a reason. They held their nerve under pressure, and everyone who came through did their job. The young girl over there was full of tears, full of joy at the moment. And this team, led by Tisara Perera and Tinla Kandambi, does it for the third time, and that too with class.
Outstanding performance this evening, outstanding campaign this season. Just lost 2 matches on their way to the knockouts. That was to the Candy Falcons. But from the first qualifier, they have been on fire. Superb performance. All-round contributions from all members of the side. Colombo celebrates a 3rd straight victory for the Lycas Jaffna Kings in the LPL.
The team to beat. The team that played controlled cricket right through, holding their core players together. And when it matters, finding a star, finding a hero here and there and everywhere. Outstanding stuff. And what a game, what a finish to the Lanka Premier League 2022. The Colombo Stars, they also deserve a lot of credit for making the final and pushing the defending champions all the way. If you want to keep your throne, you're going to have to work very, very hard, was the message. Tisara Perera, Avishka Fernando, all the senior players putting their hands up.
This hard work started when they started the draft. They picked the right players, and they kept the core players and made sure this team stays together. Even the management, even the coaching staff. These are the little things will be the successful story right throughout. Yes, they had their moments, losing some games, but they get their composure. In the end, they were a better team on the day.
Yeah, contributions from both departments. Gurbaz outstanding with the bat, so was Avishka Fernando. We saw Dhananjaya De Silva in the beginning. He wasn't there towards the end. Tisara Perera's captaincy. We've spoken about that throughout the competition. Samara Rikwama, Binura Fernando with ball in hand. Viaskant, Mahesh Tikshana. They all have contributed to a fantastic season.
Great end, fitting story. The boy from Jaffna on strike. And he celebrates. It's a great story. There's a new hero for Sri Lanka cricket as well. Like our Jaffna Kings, they are home for their 3rd title.
Tears of joy turn into so much happiness. The young girl there, the support staff and the captain Tisara Perera elated as expected. Dhananjaya De Silva can't find a place in this team. That's how strong this squad is. And this young man, 3rd year, playing for Jaffna, this year playing everything. Minus 1 or 2 games where he was rested. Probably the player that the Sri Lanka have founded.
Yeah, a lot of joy down there. And amongst all the fun is Nerli Meadows.
I've got Ramanella Gurbaz with me at the moment. You set the tone right from the go. Bang, bang, a couple of boundaries. A smile on your face. What does this mean?
Yeah, excited moment for me and for all the Japan fans. Yeah, I was not happy from my performance because I did what I want for the team, but still the start was very good. I'm happy to win. Yeah.
How did you feel with all that drama going on in the end, watching on?
Always. And final sometime moment like this, everyone is like, under pressure. That was under pressure game for us. Actually, the credit goes to bowlers as well. They they come back really well. But still, the finish, our more boys, that was amazing. And yeah, feeling happy.
Avishka Fernando, he was brilliant all tournament long, #1 run scorer. Can you speak about his performance alongside you?
Yeah, I was already spoke about him from the start. I thought he will be the player of the match, player of the tournament. He make us right. That was fantastic for us, for all the Jaffna fans. Yeah, he's an outstanding player. He back-to-back man of the tournament, which is not easy for the players. But really happy for him. Best of luck for his future.
Congratulations. Enjoy the moment.
Thank you so much.
Well, good to hear him say some kind words about the team players that he's had the opportunity to play with over the last couple of weeks. But he was quite outstanding himself with bat in hand, Ramanella Gurbaz. And it's just been a fantastic evening, a fantastic season of cricket for this team. The captain, Tisara Perera, big smile on the face. Why not? Nerli Meadows is downstairs. She's got somebody else with her.
Vijayakant Viyaskant, we have enjoyed speaking to you this entire tournament. Tell me, what does this moment mean? Because you're out there in the middle for the winning moment.
Yeah, it's too beautiful. I said, my friend, I am going to finish my match. I saw it, I said, I will finish the match. All have to watch it match. That's why it's possible, right? I'm going to run.
Such a young man to do what you've done with the ball all tournament long in such a quality team. Can you speak about your performance this whole tournament?
Yeah, I have 2 years before I played LPL as well. But I think I did really hard work in this years. I know Kasananga is not in the team. We don't have one good spinners, but I need to fill that places. That's why I did really good. We need to win the 3 times. That's why I work very hard and play for teams.
We saw a lovely piece about you leading into this game, where you've come from and what you've done. Is it nice to be able to inspire young kids with your story?
I am playing school levels, seriously. I'm playing 2018 and 19, and now I'm playing LPL. I can't imagine for these moments, but I did. That's why I can't say that.
You did. You're a championship winning player. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we've got Shoaib Malik as well coming alongside us, who's been part of all 3 titles for the Jaffna Kings, I believe. What does this moment mean to you, and the fact that the Jaffna Kings just keep on winning titles?
I guess these kind of moments, words are not enough to describe. But yes, very happy, and being part of Jaffna's team from the last 3 years, and all 3 years we have won the trophy. I guess great feelings, and credit goes to the whole management, the whole players, whoever's behind the team, and I guess great feelings.
We just spoke to a man that, I don't want to bring it up, but he's almost 20 years younger than you. Are you proud of the youngsters in this team and the way that they've stood up?
Trust me, if someone takes my test and can compare me with 25-year-old guy, because I train hard and I'm still enjoying it, because my hunger is still there how it used to be when I was 20 years old, and still I go all the hot spots in fielding positions, and I make sure I give my everything.
And we can see it as well, and we appreciate it. Can I just get a few words on the skipper, Tisera Pereira, 3-time championship winning captain. What is it about him that brings out the best of his teammates?
I guess the best about him, he never panics, and whenever some player goes up to him and says him, okay, we should be doing this, he listens to the guy. And it's not just about being a skipper, arrogant, and no, he listens to everybody, he doesn't panic. And I guess it's not just about 10 overs, 15 overs or 20 overs game, it's whole 40 overs game. And when your leader has confidence on his face, then I guess you mostly you mostly finish on the winning line. And I guess this is why he's so special, and big congrats to him that he just won the 3rd trophy of LPL.
Congratulations yourself, and beautiful words on the skipper there. You are a 3-time LPL champion. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. And we played, I guess, first in 2012 as well. And I won that as well. So for me, it's altogether 4.
That's shame on me for not knowing that. Well done, Shoaib Malik. Great stuff there.
Good stuff. Can't agree more. On Tisera Pereira, the confidence he showed when everyone was talking about the Candy Falcons and their run to the qualifiers. But the top order did fire. Gurbaz at the top. Avishka Fernando held it together. Samara Vikrama calmed it down in the middle and took them closer to that target. Well, it went all the way. 8 wickets they lost, but they're home and they win.
Bowling for the Stars. Kasun Radha could not pick a wicket with the new ball. That I thought that where the problem started for the Stars. They needed wickets up front, just couldn't do it. And then to make it even worse, Sigve Prasanna couldn't even bowl his first over and was injured. And then overall, I thought everyone bowled decently well. In the end, Suranga Lakmal with his off-cutters with the older ball was pick of the bowlers, but just not good enough on the day, losing out to Jaffna Kings.
Yeah, the day started well for the Jaffna Kings, winning the toss, asking Colombo to bat first. It was Chandimal and Bapara who were outstanding with the bat, 49 and 40, 47 not out and 33 respectively, but the Jaffna Kings were too strong with a 50 from Visca Fernando, his 7th in all LPL. Samura Rikmana, good with the bat again, 44 and 27, and the Jaffna Kings winning this final by 2 wickets.
It was a good final, that must be said. We enjoyed ourselves well. Season 1, Jaffna versus Gaul. Jaffna getting home there. Jaffna beating Gaul again in 2021. And they got a new challenger here, but had enough in them to get over and win their 3rd title. Congratulations to the Jaffna Kings. Well, presentation on its way. Short break, and on the other side, the award winners.